What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Hot Mic here on the John Rocha channel. I am John Rocha, joined as always by the Snyder himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Jeff Sneider. How are you, Jeff?
Hello, Johnny boy.
What's going on with you, son? Sun's out, guns out. What's going on with you? What's the situation there? How are things?
I was in the pool 10 minutes ago.
Wow.
I'm still wet, people. I'm doing my Pat McAfee today.
Oh, no, we're not doing any Pat McAfee today at all. Well, that fucking clown, please.
I was a punter too.
I'm trying to help young kids while I sit next to a pedophile. Anyway, all right, listen, we got so much to get into in the world of entertainment, so much happening in the world of entertainment, so much we're going to break down and talk about here on the show for sure, including DC news, the Paramount WB merger, which is hitting like the size 11 or level 11 with the reactions to a lot of things that are going down as well. Gonna get into D23 Marvel panel predictions as well, talk some X-Men stuff, get into all kinds of trailers, reviews, and other big stories happening here as well. But remember, Streamlabs super chats are open. Send your love, send your questions, send your thoughts and comments. And also, remember, our merchandise store is up and available for you all to purchase some Hot Mic merchandise there. The link is in the description as well. All right, Jeff, let's not waste any time. Let's jump into the first story. You know, I like to slowly move into big stuff, but let's talk about this, man. Let's touch base on Spider-Man Brand New Day, bro. It is right now, it has crossed $705 million domestically and about $1.8 billion worldwide after only 2 effing weekends. It's the fastest film ever to reach $700 million domestically. That puts it in extremely exclusive club. Just 7 movies have ever crossed $700 million in North America: Force Awakens, Avengers Endgame, No Way Home, Avatar, Top Gun Maverick, Brand New Day, and Black Panther. Those are the 7. So your thoughts on where we're at on the Spider-Man situation and where's the limit here on this if it's barreling to these benchmarks so quickly, man?
I mean, I don't know what the limit is. I think it will probably end up clearing $1 billion domestic, making it the highest grossing domestic movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think it'll be the highest grossing movie? I mean, I'd be surprised, but, you know, clearly shows that Spider-Man is kind of in a category of his own. He is the biggest of all the superheroes.
Yeah.
He just bridges ages and demos in a way that Batman and Superman do not.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is he's the crown holder. And hats off to Tom Holland, who's been a part of like all these movies that keep setting box office records. But you know, other than like tipping my hat to Sony and everything, good for these guys.
Well, I say, yeah. What does it mean for these people in the movie? Does this now change A, their quotes, B, their status in the business, or is this a matter of they're just in a Spider-Man movie? Spider-Man is pretty beloved, as you said, and I said last week. Like, is it just kind of an anomaly in that when they're under that window, then they're definitely seen as these top-level A-listers? But coming out of that window, I would say Zendaya is probably ahead of Tom Holland in terms of who you think about for stuff. But, I mean, Tom's got Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day back to back. So do we look at Tom in a different light now? Will he be looking at different projects that he might be offered that he wouldn't have been before?
No, I don't really see that. I don't really think that, because everyone knew this was going to be a giant movie. I don't think it being a little bit more giant than people thought is going to suddenly like change his career or the course of his career. I mean, he's going back to the Fred Astaire project, which is something he's had in the works for 5 years now. Granted, maybe now that he's in this biggest movie of all time, now it'll actually get made. That's the difference. But
right.
I don't know that he's going to start getting offered a ton of new projects that he wasn't going to be offered before. I do think it probably helps with the quotes, and not just like the big stars, because like Tom Holland and Zendaya were getting big quotes anyways. But like,
the Sadie Sink now move up.
Exactly. And some of the supporting players, like who's the black police chief?
Lisa Colon-Zayas. Yeah.
I don't know what her quote is, but I bet you she can ask for a little bit more now that she's been in this movie. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I think it'll have that kind of impact, but I don't think they're going to like start saying, well, we need every movie to like have a mystery villain who we keep you guessing up until the day of, and it needs to be 2.5 hours and how, it's just
I'll be curious to see where Sadie Sink goes from here, because she's still kind of building her way on the movie side, and Trevor Tillman, right? Because we've only seen him in a few things lately, and so will his roles start to expand and get bigger and bigger? Will we see him in something like Prisoners from Denis Villeneuve? Would he play the Terrence Howard character for a version of this currently in 2026 or forward? I mean, I think this is going to be an interesting thing for Trammell Tillman going forward as well. If he's going to now be looked at for some of these roles that these other actors get looked at going forward,
Yeah, no, I mean, that's certainly a possibility in his case.
Yeah. Let's move on to another franchise, Barbie 2. There's some issues, Jeff. Barbie 2 got some new updates this week with all this. A new report from Verity that gets into the nitty-gritty of it all. Apparently, there have been a number of offers back and forth with all this stuff here. Ryan Gosling, wants $20 million to return as Ken, while Robbie, who made around $50 million for the first film through her salary and share of the profits, wants much more this time around. Greta Gerwig, who earned about $15 to $20 million from the original, wants more, and Noah Baumbach are also seeking higher upfront fees. Basically, they want to get paid off the profits of the movie before the studio sees any profit on their end. So there's a lot going on between this stuff, Jeff. When we get this information coming out piecemeal, what's going on here? Why is there a delay? Why is there a dragging of the feet? And are these numbers outrageous? What are your thoughts on this, man?
Let's break it down a certain couple of ways here.
Please do. Yes.
The talent, maybe they've turned down 6 different offers, right? And yet Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach continue to say, we have an idea for the sequel that we'd like to do. Right. So they want to come back, at least Greta definitely want to come back.
They've made more than 6 offers over the last 3 years. Greta Gerwig's been leading this whole situation. So yes, exactly what you're saying.
Noah wants to come back.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Do Margot and Ryan come back if Greta isn't there? Because that's how you save money, is you say, you need Margot and Ryan, obviously, but I can't afford to pay Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig 25, 30, maybe even $40 million.
That's
We're
a
just
great
going to
question.
hire a shooter. And so that's the next question. Are Margot and Ryan willing to come back without Greta?
Well, I think there's a reason that, according to the report, she's been the one leading the whole team in these negotiations. So that tells me that they see her as the point person for all of this. So if she doesn't come back, I don't think the stars come back. I think there's a feeling of it's not like Margot Robbie has a great track record of successful box office movies. I mean, she really blew her up with this movie.
From that standpoint, that everybody is a package deal.
Yeah.
Zaslav has made a bunch of offers.
Yes.
This latest offer they've called life-changing money.
Yes.
Right? So it's not like he's being a cheapskate like I'm seeing in the fucking comment section. Like, you don't understand what's going on, guys.
Yeah.
They either don't want to do it, right? And so it doesn't matter how Warner Brothers throws at them, or Warner Brothers really does need to sweeten the pot. And it's like you need to draw the line somewhere, but is $100 million for those 4 people that out of line? Do you need to spend 120, 125 just on that talent alone? How high do you go? I think you can obviously scale back the supporting cast.
Right. Yes. Sure.
A whole lineup of stars like Barbie had.
Right.
You don't necessarily need all the hit songs, right? Which cost money to do those, song rights and everything like that. So you're talking about a scaled down sequel that would almost certainly gross less than the original, which made 1.4 and change. That's billion. So let's just say it made 1.1 or 1.2. You're still getting, that's 550, 600 million on theatrical alone.
Right.
You were to spend 125 on just those salaries, another 75 making the movie, maybe more than that. Maybe you're at 200, 250 plus another 100. I mean, I still think you're like coming close to making your money back. Right. And you're keeping the rights and the brand going, and, all the stuff that comes with it, the toy sales, merchandise.
Right.
It seems like it would make financial sense. Plus, it's not Zaslav's problem, because by the time this movie comes out, his studio is going to be owned by somebody else anyway. So I don't know why he's not spending the money. You know what I mean?
That's the question it comes down to. What is going on with these 6 offers that have not moved the needle fully for everybody to get back on board? And remember, back in 2023, Gerwig said she wasn't interested in making a sequel. She said totally zero interest
they had no idea what it was, though, right?
Right. And Margot Robbie later said no need for a sequel, but now, just like Rocky at the end, ain't gonna be no rematch. You want a rematch if it's successful, and so clearly that's what they're looking at here. But I wonder if this is PR, though, Jeff, because it's
100% PR, which is why they're doing it through Variety. Which, come on, and like it's all being planted, right? That's why these trades are still in business, so that they can be used to manipulate certain things, including this Paramount situation.
For sure.
Again, it's just like the Barbie team is basically saying you're not making it worth our while, right? How much bonuses. But again, why isn't Zaslav just paying the money? Because it's not really his fucking money in the first place.
Well, are they making outrageous demands because they want to win the PR war of like, we want to do the movie, they don't want to pay us? Or do you think this is more a matter of Zaslav not wanting to pony up and hit those numbers?
It's him having to hold the line because you can't let talent walk all over you, right?
That's a good point. Yes. It sets a bad precedent.
With a project like this, like with DC, you sign on to Superman, you're signed up for 5 or 6 movies.
Right. They got you. Yes.
They didn't do that.
Right.
And normally they do that. And it was a huge, I understand why they did it on both sides. Why Greta didn't want to be tied down to a fucking Barbie sequel that, like, what if this just doesn't pan out? What if it's received and I also understand why they didn't want to, tie them down, because they need to get them in the door in the first place. You get better talent when you don't have to hold sequel options over their head. I don't know. It's a fascinating situation, but I predict that because they have to make a decision in the next couple of months. I think Lab's going to pay this ransom, and everybody's going to get fucking paid. and this is, they need good headlines. It's been a rough summer for WB. Plus, with everything that's going on, they need a morale boost.
What a difference a year makes. Everyone was crowing about Warner Brothers last year. Now this year, it's like they're desperate. And this almost feels, Jeff, you and I know sports, this almost feels like a negotiation tactic all the way down to the last deadline to sign that player and meet their demands. And they may be just playing this thing out the whole way until they finally have to do it when the rights are about to go up.
Technically, it's like you could still assemble everybody down the line, right? Okay, let's say the rights revert back to Mattel, right? The rights holder. And then Mattel 5 years from now is like, we're ready to make Barbie 2. We've got a script we love. Let's go to Warner Brothers. You're going to distribute it. We'll get the gang back together again. It's all a bunch of we got to get this done right now. That the trades are selling you because somebody wants to make a deal now.
Right. That's what it seems like as well. Yeah, for sure. One story before we get into a big story here. Your thoughts on this? Alden Ehrenreich will be joining Joseph Koscinski's Miami Vice 85 with MBJ there, Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler. They said that Ehrenreich has upwards of 8 offers on the table, but couldn't resist the opportunity to star. This is what Deadline said, to star in this movie. So is he the villain here, or is he their captain? What do you think Alden Ehrenreich is playing in this movie, bro? Do you like that he chose to be a part of this ensemble as well?
Yeah, he chose. I had so many choices. I know he had eight offers, Deadline said. I wonder who they talked to. What were the 8 offers? I know people making offers right now, and I don't know that every offer was Miami Vice. I have no idea what role he is. I'm not even going to sit here and speculate. He could be the villain. It seems like, he could be a little rich weasel who's behind some drug, thing. He could be a rival cop.
Ooh, a dirty rival cop. Ooh, that could be interesting.
I don't really see him as their boss.
Right.
Doesn't really seem like much of a physical threat.
Yeah.
So
I like this.
Maybe Austin Butler's gay in the movie and he's the romantic interest. I have no idea.
It could be possible. Why not?
Austin Butler, Miami Vice, baby.
Yeah, what if he's like a chicken shit drug rich boy like Christian Bale in Shaft? That could be a possibility. But I like the idea of him being a dirty cop who's like a rival cop for Crockett. That would be really interesting.
I want to see his take on Drexel Spivey. You know who that is?
Drexel Spivey? You talking about True Romance? Is that what
That's
you mean?
Right.
Can you imagine, White Boy Day?
Can you imagine him doing Gary Oldman in True Romance?
It ain't White Boy Day, is it? No, man, it ain't White Boy Day. Oh, I love True Romance. I just bought it in 4K at the Barnes and Noble.
I'm so glad you got that reference, John.
Come on, I love that movie. You kidding? One of my favorites. All right, so we'll see what happens with Alden Ehrenreich. We'll see. All right, let's get into a big conversation here, Jeff. We know that D23 is happening on Friday night, and there's a lot of rumors about people who are going to show up at this thing. Is Charles Melton going to do it? Is he not? Kaylee Spaney? Is it going to be Jamie Lawson as Storm? And My Time to Shine, hello, has been posting stuff on Twitter as well, talking about how there's going to be a big announcement and that the X-Men cast is locked here, about who's going to show up and talk about it. So what are you hearing? What are your thoughts? What are your predictions for this Marvel D23 panel on Friday night?
All right, let's open up the texts. I think that you're going to meet some X-Men, is what I think.
Okay.
You're going to meet 4 X-Men. Well, Sadie Sink and 3 others.
Okay.
Probably be Samara Weaving, right?
Okay. Yes.
Probably be Kit Connor.
Sure.
And as for the 4th one, I don't know. Could it be Chris Abbott? I think it might be Christopher Abbott.
Yeah, as Charles. Sure.
I think there's a possibility it could be Adam Driver.
Oh, yes.
As a villain.
As Sebastian Shaw or Mr. Sinister or Magneto, we don't know. Good point.
But there's another name. I think Sebastian Shaw was what I'd heard, just because of the Emma Frost. Maybe there's like an Emma Frost connection. I don't know.
Yeah, the Hellfire Club, those two together in the Hellfire
But I
Club.
heard something a few minutes ago.
Ooh, okay.
I've heard a name for Storm that has not been out there.
What? So you've heard a different name for Storm than Jamie Lawson, or as we saw some people speculate today, Cynthia Erivo. You've heard a different name. Interesting. Yes.
Sorry, I'm just getting a tweet ready. Yeah, so I heard a different name today. It was from the same. Listen, there are sources I've been dealing with for years, for decades.
You vetted them. Yes.
This source was the one who mentioned Kit Connor before it broke.
Okay.
She's also the person who, up to the day of Spider-Man's screening, said,
Yes.
I still don't think she's Jean Grey, bro.
so okay.
Right. Okay. This is the name that I'm hearing for Storm.
Okay.
Suzy Bemba.
Suzy Bemba.
She's a French actress.
Okay.
She was in Poor Things.
Oh, yes.
She's going to be in the Cliffhanger movie.
Oh, wow. With Lily James. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So I have not heard her name in connection with this role. I don't know if I'm not as certain as I was about Kit Connor or, some other comic book castings I've been over the years. This is just a name that I've heard and heard that she might have gotten it.
Let's bring her up. This is a picture of Suzy Bemba. There's Storm there. So I'll tell you, this is an interesting choice. A French actress. I mean, Storm is from Africa, Aurora. So will this be like, kind of her putting on the accent here, and an international actress that's chosen as well? Also, she's got darker skin, which I know a lot of people have been clamoring for to have in their Storm. But the Jamie Lawson people are going to be very upset, Jeff, if this actually comes true, because they have been banging that drum for Jamie Lawson pretty hard. I saw an influencer earlier this week who posted their own clip of themselves predicting that it would be Jamie Lawson. Oh, man, they're going to be upset about this one. So what do you think, though, about the choice? Are you familiar? You mentioned some things, but are you familiar with her work? She was also in Reformed.
Things. Yeah, I really say that I am. She is a model, I believe. I think she has that background. I mean, she certainly looks the part of Storm. Yes, she is dark skinned. And I do think that she should be dark skinned.
Right.
We talked about how Ryan Coogler would be involved in this search.
Yes.
This to me feels more like a Ryan Coogler choice than a Jake Schreier choice.
Good point. Yeah.
I think this would be an interesting choice.
Yes.
But going back to the Jamie Lawson thing, You can't just give the internet everything that they want. They don't just get to cast every single time. But you got your David Corn sweat, okay? You got some others. I don't need the internet weighing in on every fucking casting, getting to do this. Jamie Lawson is part of the Batman universe, right?
Yes.
Not every name in this movie is a name you're gonna know, right? I mean, what were the chances of that? That every single name, X-Men, if there's 10, 12 characters, I don't know how many there are, but they're all actors that you're familiar with.
Right, exactly.
I don't think that's very realistic, and I think that she is.
So Aurora Monroe is who the character is, Storm, born to a tribal princess of Kenya and an African-American photojournalist father. Storm was raised in Harlem, New York, and Cairo, Egypt. So people saying in the chat, she's from New York. No, she's from both. So calm your shit down. She is from Africa and she is from Egypt. So that is the kind of connection here. So I think I agree with you. She seems like an actress that Ryan Coogler would find, totally enjoy, and want to give a platform to show what she can do. So I think that's actually a really good point you make, Jeff. Plus, this is a woman who is 26 years old here. She was featured on Una France's 10 to Watch. She was included in the European Shooting Stars program at the Berlin International Film Festival. She's also founded the Actors Association, ADA, which is a professional support group aiming to combat harassment and improve on-set protection for French actors. And she's studying medicine alongside her acting career, and even served on the jury on at a French film festival earlier this year with Kristen Stewart, the Biarritz Film Festival Nouvelle Vague. So this is a woman of quite a bit of accomplishment here, along with her acting and, as you said, modeling. So this would be an interesting choice. And I like her look for Storm, if I can bring it up again. So yeah, this seems like a good choice.
Yeah, she just feels like she would fit into an ensemble very well. I don't really know much else to say because, again, I got this name about 5 minutes before we went to air.
Right.
Time to run it down my normal list of my network, the inner circle of the Snyder, and be like, hey, have you guys heard of this girl? Like, what's going on? This is just one person who's obviously been a very, very, very good source of mine over the years. Doesn't mean they have a 100% perfect track record, but they, have been on top of the X-Men stuff, and they did mention Kit Connor ahead of time. So.
Yeah. So I think what you were saying we're looking at here is Sadie Sink, Kit Connor, as you said, Samara Weaving, Christopher Abbott probably, and then do they bring her out? Do they announce her? Do you think she'll be, or do you think they'll wait till Coogler?
It's all about deals, and here's the thing: if anyone's deal is like closed, right? You'd think it'd be this girl's because we got offered X-Men. Like the answer is yes.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like, Christopher Abbott may be like, well, I got to negotiate. I got other things in the fire. I don't know, if I want to be doing 8 movies. Can we do 4 movies? Whatever the fuck it is. I have no idea.
Right.
So I still think that they're negotiating a ton of stuff. Maybe Charles Melton ends up being the 4th person if they end up closing the deal. I know there was a bunch of stories saying, oh, it's not him. He fell out, whatever. And then quietly, then there was like, well, actually, they're still talking, and it's it's all part of the negotiation. I don't understand why all these, where all these faceless scoopers get their stuff. God bless them. I mean, my hat's off to them. They clearly break a lot of things.
Right.
Or if they're actually just faceless scoopers, or are they like some assistant at a talent agency, like with like the talent, like WME is Daniel RBK. Daniel RBK, not only to generate income, but to just get the rumors out that they want out as an agency. I have no idea. It would be a genius thing and something I'd be happy to do for an agency for the right price. But anyways, it's very curious how many people on the internet seem to know everything that's going on with these big productions.
Yeah.
And yet, listen, I'm a part of it too.
Yeah, sure.
And yet,
yeah,
a name like Kit Connor can come out of nowhere.
Right.
This name, Suzy Bemba, is coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Maybe not, and again, I have to posture sometimes. Like I have all the fucking answers. I don't have all the answers. And that's the difference. When I was talking last week about X-Men between me and the trades, the trades don't have to give an answer until there is an answer. Whereas you and I can't just go on this show and have everyone ask, well, what's going on with X-Men? What's going on? And say, well, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't know. We'll wait to see. I have to just fucking come up with some names and some shit that I'm hearing. And sometimes it's right and sometimes it's wrong.
It's the game. Absolutely. 100% for sure. Yes. Yeah. But I like the idea. We'll see what happens. I love the idea of Suzy. And Jeff, no matter how many times you're right, like you were about Sadie Sink, people are still doubting the information you put out there. We had someone in the chat just say, you all are going to be wrong with all your predictions. I know as I sit here in my mother's basement typing into this that I know that you guys are going to be wrong.
These aren't predictions. I was at the pool. I got the text. It's not a prediction. It's someone who works in this town helping me, who's helped me for a long time, looking out for me, and maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Skywalker said the Charles Melton thing still play was Rocha. No, I did not. I said sources told me that. I didn't say that. I said sources. And this is what the problem is. You got to get in their brains and scramble around a little bit and go, this is what I actually said versus what you heard. This is what I actually said. Yeah. It's frustrating. Yeah.
Like when I'll say something or write something and then someone will take it to like the nth exponential degree. And it's I didn't say that. Like, what are you doing?
I think my favorite is the gotcha guys. I have 5 followers on Twitter, but I'm going to try to get you who have connections, who vet sources, who've been working in the business for a long time. I'm going to get you. And it's like, go away, little one. Go away. All right. Anything more? So what else are your predictions for Marvel D20? Do you think we're going to get another Doomsday trailer or maybe the one they showed at Comic-Con? What do you think we're going to see at this D23 presentation for Marvel other than the X-Men stuff? Do you think there's anything big?
No.
Okay.
It's Doomsday. You're not going to get the whole cast, I'm told. I think it's just going to be like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans.
Okay.
Yeah. You're going to get a Vision Quest presentation.
Oh, maybe a trailer, maybe not a trailer. We don't know, but a presentation.
You'll get, I mean, I don't know if it'll be released publicly, but I'm assuming you get a trailer. I don't think that they're going to do a whole thing without showing any footage.
Gotcha.
The X-Men stuff. I don't think a whole lot. I think I'm told it's kind of bleak.
Yeah, I was thinking that it's going to be, people are going to think it's going to be big, but it's actually going to just be kind of showing you where they're at because they're in the transition.
Right? Them confirming the X-Men is a big deal, but I don't know that you're going to like get too much info about the special presentations and all that stuff. Rumored.
Right. Yeah. I said it on Spill the Tequila, Skywalker, and I said my sources are telling me. That's what I said. My sources are telling me. So, again, use your brain.
I think Bellamy's newsletter is called What I'm Hearing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like all this stuff, like the language of all this stuff, it gives us reporters plausible deniability. So we can say, well, I never actually said that. But if we get it right, then it's like, well, obviously I said that.
Give me my flowers. Exactly. Well, let's move on to DC now that we've done with Marvel. Speaking of which, Jeff, James Gunn has 2 more projects that have apparently bit the dust here with the Waller series being put on hold and the supposedly series in extreme development, Paradise Lost here, which I will remind people that I said back in February on the Geek Buddies that according to my sources, the Paradise Lost show is dead. WB had met with writers and heard pitches, but they were told that it is canceled. And now Variety is full on reporting that it is canceled. You're still hearing some people from DC saying it's still in development, but it is canceled. And all these people came after me and were like, Rocha, you don't know what you're talking about. James Gunn just put egg on your face because you said it's in extreme development. Well, who's got egg on their face now, motherfuckers? So your thoughts on this and what it says about James Gunn here, that yet another couple of projects that he announced in that video are not going to happen. Your thoughts here, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good report by Leslie Goldberg at The Ankler. She's the one who wrote it.
Yes, Leslie Goldberg, Ankler. Yes.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Yes.
This is basically what I've been saying since day one, since I, got into the press day at DC. The way the development works, you're going to announce 12 projects, and you're lucky if 40% of those projects get made. You know? Waller was always one that was like, why are you doing this? This is a throwback to the previous regime, essentially.
Right.
And to a Suicide Squad, like Suicide Squad movies that like nobody liked.
Right.
Yeah, didn't really make a ton of sense. The other one, Paradise Lost, you need Wonder Woman. Like no one cares about whatever's happening in Paradise Lost without Wonder Woman being established in this universe.
Right.
So,
but isn't this all so motherfucking frustrating? Like, they knew. My sources told me in February. I mean, it was a really good source who told me personally about their friends who had gone to deliver pitches and what their friends were told by DC. This was a reliable thing that I posted.
So yeah, what are you frustrated about then? You said it.
No, I'm frustrated about the fact that that he came out and said, "Oh, it's an extreme development. We're really focusing on the show and all of this stuff." And it's like, how many of these things are lies, Jeff, and how many of them are truths? And James is always going after scoopers, going after journalists, going after reporters. Yet they are, for the most part, getting it right about the shenanigans that are going on behind the scenes at DC. So to me, this just is another thing to put on the pile. And it's not about being biased against James Gunn. It's about, pointing things out.
You said this in February?
Yes, back in February.
What month is it?
August, right.
Things change, right?
Yeah.
One day you're Jeff Sneider and you're reporting on Jason Reitman developing a fucking, what's the robot thing? The Astro Boy?
Oh, yeah, Astro Boy, right, yeah.
Months later, you're reporting it's not happening.
Yeah.
Like that's how fast things move,
But also sometimes these guys don't want to admit that reporters and journalists and scoopers are right. And so they sit on a story. They sit on the fact that they've canceled the project for months. And then they'll announce it when something else is going on or when all the clutter is going on, they'll announce it or have it drop.
And it depends who's asking the question. The answer to the question changes, depends on who's asking the question.
That's true, right? 100%. If you're on Threads, you get a different answer.
No one on the planet Earth knows this better than me. Okay? That's why you just can't put a lot of stock in the things that these people say. They obviously are invested in certain outcomes.
Right.
You have to trust your sources and throw a bunch of shit out there. And sometimes it's going to be right, and sometimes it's going to be wrong, and sometimes it was right and now it's wrong.
Right. That's
like
the game.
Gareth Edwards directing Jurassic, right?
Right.
You could look at that headline last week and be like, "Oh, Gareth Edwards isn't directing Jurassic World." Jeff, you're a fucking moron and a liar and a scammer.
Right.
Or you can be like, "Well, it took 6 months since my report to get to this point where the trades are announcing that he's off the project. So obviously he was fucking on the project for the last 5.5 months." Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I think the difference is always that James puts himself out there when he doesn't have to, and that incurs the wrath of people in this business who do get sources, do get stories. Feige doesn't do that, and so it's like, and then the fan base, the cult members of the Gunn Club do this kind of crap. Rocha hating on Gunn again. LOL. It's that kind of nonsense. It's like, that's what you got to deal with, because cult members are like, Gunn, anything Gunn does. I saw him shit in a can. It was amazing. It was a masterpiece, and it's like, come on, guys. Honest analysis is not hating on someone,
Again, he's a studio executive now.
Right.
He's answering from the perspective of the studio. I personally find DC much easier to deal with than Marvel. I don't deal with Marvel a lot.
Marvel's a locked box, dude.
He doesn't lie.
Yeah.
James may lie. But
Right.
DC comms doesn't really lie. Again, that may just be my relationship with them. Marvel, forget it.
Yeah. That's a good point. Well, just to finish off, we got to talk about this, though, Jeff. Today, a behind-the-scenes Supergirl video was released, and it showed Craig Gillespie and Jason Momoa there. And Craig Gillespie was using AI to show the kind of a version of Lobo that they were going to do in the movie. And this got so many people to go after Craig Gillespie. And now the video has been taken down that they had put on their official account because of this. And is this a colossal mistake by the PR department, or the marketing department, or the people involved in this? Or is this a little bit of a, let's throw Gillespie further under the bus because it's Supergirl. We don't want to be blamed for Supergirl. We have Man of Tomorrow coming. David Zaslav on a recent earnings call said, we're focused on Man of Tomorrow.
The answer is none of the above. This is the internet overreacting because they're a bunch of bitches, basically.
Okay. Go ahead. Yes.
This is not, like, who gives a shit? Like,
clearly a lot of people.
Like, yeah, but these are the same people who are completely naive as to the way of the world and how many things they're already consuming that AI is a part of. Okay.
Yeah.
They're like morons. These are the dumbest people on earth. And yet for some reason, podcast hosts editors at the trades, so-and-so, listen to these people.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that they have money just like people with brains.
Right, right.
I just like, what are people freaking out about? Should there have been an artist drawing 30 different versions of Lobo with the makeup? You don't think they just put that into fucking ChatGPT and say, give him red eyes, give him blue eyes, give him this makeup, give him this there? That's what they do.
Right. I guess the argument could be, why would you ever film this? And why would you ever include this on a behind the scenes video, knowing how sensitive people are about AI and how people overreact to the usage?
I wouldn't have known people are that sensitive about AI. Like, who gives a shit? Like, it's just, people are stupid. I know, as a publicist, I probably would have snuck past me. I wouldn't have said, oh, this clip in which Craig is going over different looks for Lobo, this is going to piss people off because I think it looks like AI. No, I would just be like, this is part of the process that a Supergirl fan would think is interesting and cool.
Right. But that's not how some of the internet has taken it, for sure. They've clearly seen it.
It's August 13th. Why is Warner Brothers wasting any resources at all on this movie? This movie should have been dumped, forgotten, and completely never mentioned again, let alone new social media clips being uploaded in August.
Yeah. And then taken down.
Lowest grossing comic book movie since Catwoman of Warner Bros.
That's bad.
That is real bad. I couldn't believe 125 worldwide. I thought that was like a domestic figure. That's global.
Yeah. Right.
Move on. Why are we even having an intern uploading a fucking video and then spending time taking it down? This is move on time.
No, but this is a behind the scenes video. This was officially on their channels, on their social media channels. So it wasn't a clip. It was the whole thing. Someone clipped it out and then put it on Twitter, and it became
because these discussion are really thinking, what kind of a fucking loser would you have to be behind the entire behind the scenes of this Supergirl video? Just fucking dump it online. No one's going to watch it. Don't worry about it. And then because we're all a bunch of gotcha people out there, right? Well, I actually did watch it, and I did it just to pull out some bullshit like this. Who cares?
I like this comment. Adam said the video.
Everyone's caring about AI. Guys, I watched 25 minutes of Supergirl. The script was dog shit. Where are your fucking tweets about that? How about you fucking complain about the script these days instead of a fucking 2-second thing of AI? Shut the fuck up.
To be fair, they have complained about the script over and over again as well.
Maybe not. Devil, that Faustian movie where they use like 2 seconds of AI artwork.
Oh yeah, right. I remember that.
What the fuck does this have to do with anything? This movie isn't good.
Yeah, it just isn't good. Exactly. Adam Jimenez said it best. The video got more viewers than the actual Supergirl movie. So there you go. That's a harsh moment, but yes. Before we leave AI, I should ask you about this. I know it might cause you to rage again, but your thoughts on Brad Pitt's comments here about AI, saying that he thinks these films, these middle income films, are the ones that are going. There's a lot of pushback against AI, but AI is going to be the very thing that, if used as a tool, is going to help these mid-budget films. That's what I meant to say. 40 to 90 million budgeted films get made. And he calls the growing use of AI in filmmaking a, quote, very interesting experiment. This also caused some strong reactions online. Anything to add to this, or any feelings on this, Jeff?
I mean, he's not wrong.
Right.
It's a shame because I don't think someone of his, like, he knows how the people before him made movies. He knows how he's been making movies the last 30 years. He knows we don't really need this tool. But since it exists, people are going to use it, and it is going to make it easier to make mid-budget movies. And those are the movies that need it the most, because they're the ones that aren't getting greenlit.
Right, exactly. So they need to come in under a certain budget to be able to get greenlit. I mean, we saw posted about Lily Wachowski this week complaining that she can't get $10 million for her trans film. So yeah,
I mean, again, there are passion projects that directors have wanted to make for years that I believe that they will now be able to make because of AI.
Yeah.
$300 million Denis Villeneuve Rendezvous with Rama, that could be $200 million with AI, and now it's feasible. Or At the Mountains of Madness and Guillermo, you know.
Right.
So I think people will change their tune when it is a project that is getting made only because of AI that they can't wait to see. But when it's a shitty project like fucking Supergirl, they have no problem jumping down its throat. If you saw the same fucking thing on Doomsday, I don't think everyone would be up in arms saying cancel Doomsday and fire the Russo brothers.
I have a feeling there's going to be AI in Doomsday.
Yeah, because what did I tell you from day one with Robert Downey Jr., right?
Yeah.
Is not the guy in the fucking... You guys have no fucking idea how movies are made.
Don't be surprised if Brand New Day, if there isn't something that comes out, the Brand New Day had AI as well for some of those shots. We will see for sure. All right, let's get into the big conversation, Jeff. I know we've had already some pretty contentious conversations about some strong subjects. Let's get into this Warner Brothers Paramount situation. When last we left this situation, last week it looked like we were heading to a trial, and there was a ridiculous op-ed from David Ellison in the New York Times claiming that it was the state AGs who are political, not him going after CNN to please the Orange Daddy. But here, the DGA and IATSE, both very strong unions in the business, have come out wanting to support this or supporting this merger and wanting to find a compromise, encouraging Rob Banta and Newsom and others to find a compromise with all of this. And now reporters are choosing sides and going back and forth on this and going after all of this. And David Ellison said he would put it in writing to do 30 films a year if they let him have the studio as is and the TV station channels as is. So your thoughts on all the new developments here over the last few days, brother man?
Well, I wrote a 4,000-word column last week.
You did. It was a very, very well-written column, brother.
I got one email that was like, you're fucking kissing Ellison's ass. I didn't really think I was kissing Ellison's ass. In fact, I kind of said I think he's bluffing.
About moving out, because he's also threatened to move Paramount Warner Brothers out of LA if the merger doesn't get settled soon. Yeah,
which
Paramount.
He's right to do.
Sure, he's the owner.
And it does make sense. Don't tell me it doesn't. It makes a lot of sense if you're saving $500 million a year in taxes and a whole bunch of other things.
Right, but you're getting that information from friendly reporters that he gave information to. So how much of that is really true? How much of that isn't?
Are you really debating whether Georgia or Texas or Tennessee are cheaper than California? Because they definitely are.
Oh, yeah, sure. They're cheaper, but that also means, that nice salary you're making in LA, you're not going to make that salary in Georgia or Tennessee or Texas. Getting uprooted from LA over to a state that might be overtly MAGA when you're a super liberal working in LA, that may not be something you want to do. So there's other costs.
There's a million things that you would know. That's why I don't think it's going to happen, because ultimately he needs a workforce. And I have a really hard time seeing Dana Goldberg or Josh Greenstein or George Sheets or any of these giant executives commuting to and from Texas or Nashville, where
Georgia. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be Georgia, by the way. I think it'll actually be Vegas or Austin. I played poker with a billionaire and I lost. Right? I'm blacklisted by Penske sites. Rob Banta is basically like, I appreciate that he's going to the mat for these 2,000 or 3,000 employees whose livelihoods and jobs hang in the balance of this merger.
Right.
If you want to play poker with a billionaire, and that's the leverage that he has, where he can move this whole operation out of state, you're fucking crazy. You're crazy to play poker with a billionaire, because these guys are fucking crazy enough to do it. And you know what? 10 years from now, they'll be billionaires. You won't be the California AG, Rob Banta.
He might be the governor, though. He might be the governor, which is where he's angling.
It sounds like this Xavier Becerra guy is going to be the governor.
He's going to be the governor, but certainly Banta has aspirations for it next, I think. Yeah.
Sure. I don't know, whether people will be voting for it based on, the Paramount Warner Brothers merger. I think there's much more serious things that he should be paying attention to, quite frankly. I think this whole thing is just a fucking circus. I do think it is political, like we talked about last week. Yes, sure. David is the one who made it political.
Yes.
But don't tell me that these other 12 Democratic states are coming. Like, if this was Bob Iger trying to merge these studios, they'd have no fucking problem. Okay? They have a problem with David because of his politics.
Yes. 100%.
And yes,
I don't
they actually were looking out for the jobs, but now it's DGA and IATSE saying, well, actually, this whole circus and holdup is what's costing us jobs. Productions that were are now on fucking hold because everything's a shit show. I've talked to many people at Warner Brothers who are just like, we need this to be over with. We don't want to have this dark cloud over our head until next June. Like, Rob Bonta, I think, is causing more damage than like actual help that he thinks.
I think this is, but I think that's bullshit. You're taking a side here where you think Bonta is the issue. Ellison could solve this right now. All right, I won't take control of CNN. I'm going to divest myself of CNN. All those 13 AGs will be like, okay, cool. We're done.
He's buying. He's buying CNN.
Well, yes, but the AGs have a right to say we don't want yet another network to be poisoned with MAGA right-wing misinformation and put that muddying shit in the waters that protects a president who's possibly a pedophile and all of this stuff. We don't want it because we're looking at the bigger picture. And I'm not surprised that the DGA, who said fuck the other unions during the strikes, went and did their own thing. After the WGA said they were against the merger, the DGA walks in and goes, we're the most important people in the room, so we don't like it. And it's like, we're for the merger, fuck you. And IATSE, which is absolutely a shit show right now with their leadership, I've had 4 or 5 people text me DM me over the last few days who are in IATSE saying that it's their leadership, not the rank and file, who are behind supporting this merger. And there are quite a few directors who've said, or quite a few people who've said that directors who are rank and file are not behind what the DGA executives are doing in supporting this merger.
These are elected positions.
It doesn't mean they're always going to represent you, though, right? I mean, we can say that for anything.
So an elected official, only half the country voted for him. The other half's upset. That's the same thing in a union. So don't give me the rank and file this, the rank and file that. Half the rank and file voted for whoever, for Nolan, and they've empowered Nolan to make those decisions for them. That's how fucking this works.
Right.
Bonta is like... Dude,
but why are you just saying Bonta? There's 12 other AGs. It's not just California. It's New York.
He's representative of the fight,
because of being in the entertainment industry. Right.
Yeah, I don't name another fucking AG. I have no fucking idea who they are, and nor do they matter. Like, this is a California fucking matter, quite frankly. Even though they're it's going to have all these fucking this and that. I mean, did you see what Spencer Pratt tweeted today?
Fuck, I don't care. I don't care what Spencer Pratt tweeted today.
Well, that's the problem.
He's a fucking bum. I don't give a shit what he has to say.
Right? I'm on the left, but that's the problem with the left, because they just shut people off and they say they don't.
You're more in the middle. You're not on the left.
Spencer Pratt spit facts this morning and said that if Paramount and Warner Brothers were to merge, they'd still be way smaller than Disney, Netflix, Apple, Amazon. Like, that is their competitors. Don't give me that they're competing with Lionsgate and Mubi.
Apple doesn't have a functioning movie studio that is making a lot of money with every movie they put out. That's ridiculous. They would have 27% of the movie business. 27% of the movie business is what Warner Brothers, and if they have this merger, so they would have a very big influence on things that happened. Or is it 30? It's like 37%. They'd have a bigger influence on how things go in California.
Okay? Yeah, that's what happens when two companies merge. You take
exactly
a little influence and you put them together, and now you have a bigger influence.
Exactly. And so, do you want someone who is swinging off the D of the guy who has got you're
making it political. You're just saying those are
all connected. You cannot remove it, Jeff. It's all connected. It is all connected.
Is it a fight about CNN, or is it an antitrust case about two studios merging? Which is it? Pick one.
It's all of it. It's all of it.
It's both.
It's everything. It's about saving jobs. It's about the antitrust issues. It's about the CNN situation. It's all of that. I'm just saying, if you remove the CNN situation, I think you would have these AGs be more amenable to finding compromise and figuring out what's the best way to go about all of this, because they don't want another network that is going to poison and muddy the waters.
Build their own network. Go take all the Democrats and go build your own CNN and call it GNN. Like,
why should they have to?
In America, you should be able to buy whatever you can whatever you want, whatever you can afford. That's capitalism.
That's not how it works. If that was how it worked, Jeff, there wouldn't be regulations and antitrust laws. There wouldn't be all this stuff that you have to go through to get approval to buy anything that you want. He's not buying a CD. It's a motherfucking company, dude. It's a whole other ballgame.
I get that. I don't think I don't think David Ellison is like, never mind. I'm not even going to bring that up.
I just think
what you're arguing, what everybody seems to be arguing, is it's about CNN. We can't have him. We can't let him get CNN, guys. We can't let him get CNN.
Yeah, from the other side, we have to keep CNN. We have to put MAGA information out there. You can't lose CNN. It goes both ways, Jeff. It goes both ways, Jeff. It goes. Come on. MAGA is just as much of a whiny bitch as you claim the liberals are. Both sides are whiny bitches. Don't tell me they aren't.
In the article, I think he looks like a big kid who's just like, well, I didn't get my way, so I'm going to take my ball home,
right,
and leave the state. Like again, I both sides did every night. I don't think I took a side, even though I was accused of kissing his ass. But like, you're not giving me both sides. I'm giving you both sides. You're not giving me. You're just giving no. I feel like
right, because I think his behavior throughout this whole process has not made me want to see his side of things. Right,
and that's fair that you may not want it, but like, who are you? It's like
I'm just a human being with an opinion.
Buy something because you don't like him personally in the way that he's behaved.
Hey, this is all a matter of you're asking my opinion. That's my opinion. That's who I am. I'm one half of the hot mic. That's who I am, and I've got an opinion on this.
Well, I just find
they don't have to listen to me. You're so right. Yeah.
The anti-Ellison people, when you ask them what the main argument is, CNN's the first letters out of their mouth, and Rob Bont is very disingenuous, I feel like, in saying, well, this isn't really about CNN. They're barely mentioned in the lawsuit. This is about an antitrust case. Is it really? Is it really, Rob?
I mean, have you explored the numbers from Rob Bonta's side of it? You talk about two sidesing it. Have you explored the numbers from Rob Bonta's side of things?
Have you explored the numbers? No question there's going to be layoffs.
In all these 13 states. But have you looked at the numbers in all these 13 states and how it could affect this? You haven't, Jeff. So to say you're both sidesing it, yes, but you're not really diving into the nook and crannies and the minutia of the numbers.
I don't need to understand every aspect of it. This isn't my beat. Right. I'm not a fucking analyst. Like, and believe me, I know a lot more than Rob Bonta does about the industry. Like, Rob Bonta's like, I've seen this before. I've seen, like, Rob Bonta, you're a fucking California AG. Shut the fuck up. You don't know about when it comes to this town. Okay, you have no idea with the 30 releases, right? The 30 releases is not 30 productions. So there's not even a question that Ellison could meet that, because all he'd have to do is buy some hunk of shit, right, that your friend made down the street and put it in theaters and call that a fucking release.
But that would be irresponsible of him to do that, and he wouldn't do that.
Is it irresponsible?
Yes, of course it would be.
Got a hunk of shit movie called It Ends coming out in a week from Neon. That was a fucking letterbox title that people are going to flip out for. Okay, so you never know, because you really can't underestimate how bad people's taste is.
Well, maybe, yeah. But I just think this, I thought, but we've seen the track record of Ellison saying one thing and doing another, saying these things. Like, he's a producer. Jeff, producers lie through their fucking teeth all the time just to get something done on a show or a movie.
AGs.
Well, maybe. I'm not going to accuse him of that because I don't want him coming after me, but maybe. I don't know. But I push back on your idea that the California Attorney General is not aware of the minutia of what's involved here and the numbers and about the movie business, which is a massive part of the economy of California. So I really think you're wrong there.
Your channel is hilarious. Like, I'm looking at these comments. You can tell, like, all these people are super political, right?
Which ones?
The last 20 fucking comments.
I haven't seen any of them.
All from people who I can tell really give a shit about who owns CNN, right? They really, really care. CNN doesn't matter, okay?
It does, actually.
You can believe that it does. You can trick yourself into thinking that it does. It has not enough influence, because look who the fucking president is, okay? If CNN was still the CNN you and I grew up with, this guy wouldn't be the president, would he? True or false?
I think that's more about the American. If the American people were the people we grew up with, this guy wouldn't be president right now.
That's true too. But CNN,
that's the truth. Yeah.
CNN has put itself in this position to some extent with half the country. We can't just say fuck half the country. Half the country doesn't trust this network.
Half the country isn't MAGA. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
And I just CNN is not the be-all, end-all that people think it is. It's a fucking news network that I ignore, and so do a lot of other liberal people.
Here's what I'll tell you. Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but I would say this. In a situation that we're looking at now, where CBS has been co-opted for the right wing. You've got Fox News is one of the biggest ratings networks. ONN. You've got what's the other? Newsmax. You've got all these right-wing stations. You have all these right-wing people buying newspapers, and they are trying to push these narratives, Jeff. There has to be some balance, and MSNBC can't be the only balanced network to push back against the right-wing takeover of the media, which is happening right now. All the things that MAGA complained about, they're now doing. The left-leaning press, that doesn't exist anymore. Just about every press is leaning to the right. Every press organization now is scared to say anything negative, and so it's not that way anymore, dude. So I think CNN does matter, if only to have a place where we can go and see like fair analysis, fair reporting on the situation. They go after Democrats and they go after Republicans. It is the only bullshit the only MAGA pushes the bullshit narrative that CNN is left-leaning. It is not. They literally have a show every night where they have right-wing people and left-wing people debate the topics of the day every night. So it's bullshit. Fox doesn't have that. Fox News doesn't have that. So, I think it does matter.
Things you're saying, like the idea that I've seen and that I've like watched a second of CNN or gone on CNN.com or Fox News, any of these things, like who is paying attention to this stuff?
A lot of people, millions of people.
That's the real problem with the country. Everybody's drinking their own Kool-Aids.
Well, if you had one side,
I don't drink it.
You drink Kool-Aid on some things, please. I just think that the truth is that there's this idea, that one side is bad. The truth is that I think a majority of the country wants compromise. A majority of the country wants to come together and figure out what's best for the most amount of people in our country. The problem is you have one side that is unwilling to adhere to any facts, create their own facts, and come in and still think they can negotiate. And their idea of negotiating it is, you have to agree to all my shit, and with none of you'll get nothing. That's no way to compromise. And that's the problem, really. We've become too tribalistic, and we're not really seeking compromise. We're seeking to only support the people in our bubble, and that's an issue. But there are plenty of people on the right who bring up logical things to really look at and have a conversation about. The problem is when the MAGA Trump people get involved, they don't want to concede anything, and that's where compromise goes to die. So again, I'm on the left, and I see it the complete opposite way. I see the left as being completely uncompromising. That's fascinating. Okay,
but again, all these people they're all talking about CNN in the comments.
Yeah.
Give me an alternative. Give me an alternative.
I think the alternative is you let go of Warner Brothers, lick your wounds, and let them split apart like they're supposed to next year, and let them be in charge of their own sale and what have you.
Okay, so let them be in charge. But wait a second. Let them be in charge of their own sale. They're in charge of their own sale now. They sold to David Ellison. You don't want that. That's not.
No. Ellison came in and forced the sale. Zaslav was not trying to sell when Ellison came in. Ellison forced the sale because he was doing Trump's bidding to get CNN. That was an element of it.
He forced it. Zaslav didn't want to sell. He didn't want the $700 million pay. That was going to.
That's what I mean.
He came in to sell the studio. What are you talking about?
They offered him so much that he had to take it to the board.
What are you talking about? The whole reason for taking the job at Warner Brothers was to sell the studio.
Yes, but to sell it on their terms, not to be forced into the sale ahead of when they were going to sell it, which is next year.
Okay, so you get your way. David Ellison loses out on Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers now splits apart, and they can choose who's going to buy them.
Yes.
And what happens when David Zaslav sells to Elon Musk or somebody like that, John?
I think that would be an issue, and I think that would be a problem.
So it's always going to be an issue if it's not a perfect liberal Democrat who buys it, because most billionaires are also.
But it doesn't have to be a liberal Democrat. It has to be a person who's willing to be fair, and that's not Elon Musk, and that's certainly not David Ellison or his daddy.
Billionaire who we don't know. So rather than David Ellison controlling CNN, we'd rather have a mysterious, unknown, secret Republican billionaire.
I don't know who it would be, Jeff. I don't know who it would be. It might just be another studio. It might be Apple coming in to purchase, and that could be an interesting situation. It might be Ted Sarandos coming in for Netflix, coming in again to buy the studio or buy the networks. It could be those people as well.
Elon Musk, couldn't it?
It could be, sure, but that's you using fear tactics to say like, oh, Elon Musk.
It's a realistic possibility. It's not a fear.
Sure. It's the most extreme, though. It's the most extreme.
They have Trumpian values, and these are the people who can afford to buy CNN.
Trump doesn't have any values, so you can't have Trumpian values. But I see what you're saying on this whole thing. But like in the end, it's going to be, I think that the sale was forced. As you see, it's been documented. The sale was forced. It was earlier than they wanted to sell. And he had already sold it to Netflix, but then Paramount came in, went crazy with the numbers because they want to get this stuff and push their narratives. And now we're in this shit show that we're in right now. And like I said, I think it's true. If Ellison would just surrender CNN, which is not an outrageous request, you could come to the table and negotiate terms, and this would be settled. And so I think that's the problem. You're trying to remove the request and say that that's somehow outrageous, yet keeping it is not somehow outrageous. I think that's hilarious to me, because it could be easily solved. Divest yourself of CNN, problem over.
I buy 3 things. This problem could be easily solved if you buy 2 things.
Yes, you could, but you're still going to get 2 things.
What are you talking about?
You're still going to get 2 things. All right. Either way, neither one of us are going to solve this situation because it's way above our pay grades for sure. So let's move on from this. Keep sending in your Streamlabs and Super Chats. We spent a lot of time on these topics, Jeff, so I don't know how much we're going to get into here, but let's talk about 2 movies that are coming out. How do you think Coyote versus Acme is going to do? It's gotten some great scores and great reactions, but it's not tracking that strongly. And The End of Oak Street, which is coming out as well, which is getting good buzz as well, but in the $20 million range is what they're looking at. So what do you anticipate for both of these movies?
I mean, I think Looney Tunes will be lucky to get to, 10 million, quite frankly.
Wow.
12 tops.
Okay.
I'm surprised if it did more than that, even with the great reviews. I see a lot of people saying, oh, fuck you, David Zaslav. This movie got 100% Rotten Tomatoes or whatever the fuck it's at, 95%.
Yeah.
That, dude, he didn't drop it in the trash because he didn't think it was like a very good movie. He thought it wouldn't make money.
Right.
And not going to make money. And all these people who are fucking being like, oh, Warner Brothers has to eat crow. Like, please show me your ticket stub this weekend. Please.
Yeah, I see a lot of people in our space, Jeff, going like, you guys need to come out and see this movie. We saved it. You guys need to come up. Guilt never works in trying to motivate people to go see a movie. And I think it's a little bit ridiculous to like yell or chide people to go see a movie in order to support it being saved and what have you. So, I don't think it's going to do that well. And I think you're right. They pulled Batgirl because they thought it wasn't going to be good. They pulled this movie because they thought they weren't going to make any money. And when it doesn't, what are they going to write about then?
No one thought this was going to hurt the Looney Tunes brand the way that people thought Batgirl would hurt the DC brand. By all accounts, this movie was always quite good.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just a matter of we want to do our own thing with Looney Tunes.
Right.
And this ain't it. And I think that the box office financials will probably bear that out this weekend.
What about The End of Oak Street? Will that surprise? A lot of good reviews.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see it. I was surprised by the reviews. I also don't know if I can really trust the reviews because, again, did critics like David Robert Mitchell's last movie, Under the Silver Lake? Yes or no? The answer is yes, they did.
Oh,
they did like it, and it was horrible. So I cannot trust critics on this filmmaker or in general or on Warner Brothers movies that they're invited to see ahead of time. So sorry.
There have been some negative reviews though of End of Oak Street. I think one of the I can't remember what he called it, like trash or something like that. So there have been some negative reviews on this.
Like, this is fun summer trash, and
fun summer trash. That's it.
That's what August is for.
Right.
So I'm going away this weekend. I'm going out of town to the desert with my boys.
Nice.
So I won't be able to see it. I'll see it when I get back. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, whatever.
I hope you all get high and talk about the Paramount WB merger with your boys.
Yeah, I don't think that'll come up.
I don't think it'll come up. There's been a story that came out here that apparently Jack Lowden of Slow Horses here is, quote, being strongly considered for James Bond. Richard Osman, the producer and author, very much in the know, tells the Rest is Energy podcast that Jack Lowden is heavily in the running, being strongly considered.
Let me just put it this way. I can't even let you finish this fucking setup.
Clearly.
Richard Osman didn't even scoop his own movie cast. He has exactly 0 0 casting scoops to his track record. I'm the guy who fucking scooped his movie cast. Okay? So why are we trusting this fucking guy? Because he says Jack Lowden's being strongly considered? Jack Lowden was being strongly considered for Bond like a decade ago. Like, he's 36, same age as Kathleen Turner. And I got to tell you guys, 36 is too old.
Yeah.
By the time this movie comes out,
for Bond, it's too old.
Basically a 40-year-old Bond. That's basically what you're looking at.
Yeah.
You're right back where you started. You're right back where you fucking like, what are you doing? They're going to cast someone with a number 2 in the fucking age by the end of the year. 2. It starts with 2. 20, 21, 22, all the way up to 29. If you're casting 36-year-old actors, I don't know that I have any idea what kind of Bond movie you're making or what you're hoping for with a 5-film deal. Jack Lowden, this is not the guy.
Okay. Yeah. I like Jack in Slow Horses. I recently saw him in something else. I can't remember what it was, but I don't see him as Bond either. So I think, but he might be in the movie. Maybe he's the villain. That could be the possibility. I could see that maybe, but yeah. No. Well, let's get in some trailers.
Did you see who I did put out there for Bond?
Who did you put out there for Bond? Tell me.
Have you seen the bombing of Pan Am 103?
Not yet. Oh yeah, I read your review of that. Now I'm excited to see it.
It was good.
I haven't seen it yet because I saw the Peacock one with Colin Firth, which was good. So
right.
I want to see this.
This made me want to go back and watch the other one with Colin Firth. I really didn't know the particulars of this story. But the lead is sort of this guy Connor Swindells, who I think you've probably seen him in other stuff. He's been in a few other things. He looks just like a young John Cena.
Ooh, okay.
I'm kind of shocked he hasn't played a young John Cena in anything yet.
Right.
Now, I will tell you, I don't know if he's James Bond or if he's the Rory Kinnear type. Like, I could see him being a contemporary of James Bond's, but someone who's maybe who's not as rough around the edges, right? He could be a little bit more bureaucratic than I pictured for James Bond. But if you were to, that's only because I saw him in this sort of rigid role in Pan Am 103. I don't know if this guy has like a wild side to him, but he had something. I'm just saying he had something, and he has a look. Yeah,
he does. Look at it. I mean, like, he's got a strong jawline, a good look.
Matt Smith, if he didn't look like a ghoul.
Maybe a better looking Jack Quaid. Yeah, I mean, Jack Quaid's pretty, he's a handsome guy, but this guy looks a little stoned though. I'm like, he's got that energy, Jeff, like a harder edge to him. Yeah. I like
he does have like the working class, London or whatever to him. I'm just saying he had something more. Right, 29. I think he's a much better choice than Jack Lowden. I still think the kid Stuart Campbell, who I saw in the Richard Gadd show, Half Man, is interesting. I don't know that it's gonna be a star. Really don't think it should be. Right. Continue to hear that. I know Jordan thinks it's gonna be a Lordy. I think I'm hearing a Lordy's too tall. I think that's a real problem.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Jack Lowden, Richard Osman, if you think it's Jack Lowden, good for you, buddy. I think you're gonna be wrong.
Okay. All right. Let's get in some trailers that dropped this week, Jeff. We had Animals here from with Ben Affleck, Kerry Washington, Ben Affleck directing this one. We had Paper Tiger, James Gray's Paper Tiger here, which looked fucking excellent. We had the new Verity trailer, which I'm totally out on, and Josephine also dropped this week. We also had a Mobland Season 2 trailer, Neegly Season 1 trailer. Quite a lot of trailers dropped this week. But which ones stood out to you? Which ones do you want to comment on or talk about?
Paper Tiger looked awesome.
Dude, that speaks our language. You and I, that's our fucking language.
You should come up to LA. We should go see that.
Nope, done.
Maybe I'll come down to San Diego because I'm probably not going to get invited to any screenings of it. You seem to have an in.
You're not a James Gray guy? You don't have connection?
No, I love James Gray. I think that looks terrific. What a cast. Driver, Teller, like, oh my, and
the New York accents, dude, and the 70s energy, it's fucking great.
I just love Miles Teller. Josephine is a movie I did not like at all.
Oh, wow. Really?
I don't think there's any audience for it, but that's a good trailer.
Yeah, it was a good trailer. Give just a little bit, left the mystery coursing throughout. What is she? And that voiceover of like, if you saw something bad was happening, why did you hide behind a tree the whole time? That is like, how could you say that to a kid? and it's like, wow, now I want to see what's here.
I asked somebody what they thought of was I basically asked somebody, what do you think the girls saw? And they couldn't tell from the trailer, which may be the point. I think it's kind of unavoidable. I don't think that should really be played for a mystery. It's going to be in every review and everything, and this is a very unpleasant movie. Not because
you've seen it. You've seen it. You didn't like it. Okay.
Not a fun way to spend 2 hours. And I just really wasn't that impressed with the filmmaking. I really like this filmmaker's first movie, Soft and Quiet, but this won all the awards at Sundance. So what do I know?
What are your thoughts on Animals, though? I mean, this was supposed to be Matt Damon, but then they couldn't get Matt Damon had to go do the Odyssey, so it's Ben Affleck starring in it. Does this excite you? Kerry Washington, children are taken. This feels very like was it Prisoners? What are your thoughts on that?
The only thing I don't like, and I'm going to get yelled at for this. I mean, this is a general thing. I can't stand Kerry Washington.
What? Can't
stand her.
Oh my God!
And I think she's a bad actress.
You're insane. You're insane.
I know.
You're insane.
Sorry.
Utterly insane.
It was all from that one Netflix movie I saw that she did. I forget what it was called. I was just like, you're acting like this. You have TV chops. You're acting like you're on your fucking Scandal show. Like you're not a movie actress. And I know that she broke out obviously in Django, and she was good in Django, right? But that's a small part. I don't think of Kerry Washington as a feature actress on any level. Okay, she is completely TV to me, and so I feel like she's just in this movie because we can't have white people married to white people anymore, right? Whether that's commercials or just in general.
We've had Jeff. We've had decades of white people. Can't we have white people married to black people for a few years?
It's all about hitting the Netflix algorithm and the formula. And it's like, no, we got to have the advisor's got to be of color, the wife's got to be of color. If we're gonna have a white lead. Right, we gotta just sprinkle diversity in,
it could be Ben Affleck, who's the director who casts his films and goes, "I want to have diverse people in my movie because it's L.A., which has a strong black population, a strong Asian population, and a strong white population. Why not?"
Is Matt Damon going to be married to Kerry Washington in the movie? I mean,
it was supposed to be Matt Damon married to Kerry Washington. Yes, it was supposed to be.
There's a zillion black actresses I love. This is just I don't like Kerry Washington personally. I don't care that Damon's not in it because I love Affleck.
Right.
And I really like the teaser for this. I'm looking forward to this movie. I'm just hoping Kerry Washington doesn't drag it down because when I think of kidnapping movies, the gold standard to me is Rene Russo. If you're not Rene Russo in Ransom, what use are you to me? So, Kerry Washington, you got your work cut out for you, girl.
Give me back my son. Did you see any other trailers that you want to talk about?
People are saying they're getting down on me. Are you serious? Are we not watching are you seeing the same commercials? Have you seen two white people in a commercial together? I have not seen it in the last year.
Again, we had decades of it, Jeff. It's okay to have a few years where it doesn't happen.
Listen, there's no bigger appreciator of black women than me. I love.
It doesn't sound like it. It doesn't sound like it.
I don't need every single fucking relationship to be an interracial relationship on television and movies and commercials these days.
Let's ask your black girlfriend. Oh wait, you don't have a black girlfriend.
I did.
I know you did. I'm just giving you shit.
You can't have any nuance anymore. You're this or this. You either love every black person ever born or you're racist.
No, I listen. You're entitled. I'm not saying that you are not allowed to say what you believe. You're entitled to your opinion. There are actors and actresses I don't appreciate. I don't care.
It turned into bad takes. It's no, I just don't like this one actress. And this obvious thing that we're all seeing, we're all seeing it. How are people Shane Gillis and all these guys who are the biggest comedians out there? They're saying shit that's 100 million times worse than I am, right?
Yes.
But yet they're opening stadiums, right? And yet I can't. My own fans in this show are just saying horrible things. It's not true.
It's not true. I wouldn't work with a racist, guys. I just don't know how anyone would think that I would work with a fucking racist. But listen, you're entitled to like. Listen, I wasn't the biggest Scarlett Johansson fan for a long time. It was only in the last few years that I've really come around on her and liked her work. So we all have our take. There are probably people watching us right now. I know everybody watching us right now has one actor or actress that everyone seems to love, and you just cannot stand them. That is absolutely a part of the game. I mean, I'm not a J-Lo person. I think she's absolutely terrible outside of Out of Sight and Hustlers. I don't know if I've seen a great J-Lo performance other than those two films. So, and Selena. But
we were just talking about Josephine, Channing Tatum, and Gemma Chan.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Channing, and apparently, according to some of those reviews in the trailer, this is career-defining work. We'll see. We'll see for sure.
I'm not saying there's a problem with it. I'm just saying, does it need to be everything?
Anyway, all right. Anything you saw that you want to review real quick? I mean, I finished off Reacher. Did you finish off Reacher? I thought it was an excellent season of the show. Did you see any of it? What are your thoughts on it? Because now it's out. The first 3 episodes.
Yeah, I thought Reacher was great, and they give him a black partner, and they give him an Asian villain. It's just like, I get it. We love diversity. I really liked Reacher. I liked Agnes Mo. I thought she was actually a really nice discovery.
She was, right? She was. I enjoyed her. Yeah.
30 million Instagram followers for her, by the way. She's a huge star.
Yeah.
And I thought she was a beautiful girl.
Yeah. I thought she did really well in the show. And I liked the actress who played the black detective. I thought she was great.
She was good. She was a good fill-in for, basically filling the void of Nagley's absence.
Yes. And that Christopher Marquez it was supposed to be Jay Baruchel. Jay Baruchel dropped out for personal reasons. I don't know what those were, but he dropped out. I thought he did a nice job with that role as well. And Corrigan.
I messaged Chris.
Oh, nice.
I've met him
on the show.
I've met him a couple times. I thought he was really good.
Yeah.
And I can't really see Jay Baruchel in that role because I tried. I
have to agree with you.
I would have struggled. I just don't think I would have taken him as seriously.
Yeah.
So
they killed my sister, huh?
I hope. Yeah, exactly. Like I hope that this opens some doors for Chris Marquette. I think he did a really nice job.
Yeah.
I do kind of want to ask him why. I mean, he added Rodriguez to his name. To take advantage of,
But he is a Rodriguez.
Of course, that's his name. He's on
as a Latino. I have no problem with it.
I'm just saying, there's a period where he just went by Marquette, and now he's going by Rodriguez Marquette, and there's a reason behind it.
Come on, listen. I'm not going to reveal this person's name, but I have a friend who changed her last name for a little run in the 2000s because she didn't know who her dad was, so she wanted to work. She's a brunette. And she used a Latino last name. And she asked me for, is this okay if I do this? And I was like, look, you're a white actress. You got to work. Do what you need to do. But I hated it. I absolutely hated it. But you're right. There are people who do this shit that I think is unsavory. But he's actually.
Go to Derek's comment. Go to Derek's comment.
Derek Johnson?
Yes.
Or who Derek? Okay. I see why could you keep those shirts on tight.
I've seen white couples for over 30 years, Jeff.
That's what I said.
Deal with it. I'm dealing with it. I'm pointing it out. And you can't point it out without someone saying you're this, you're that, whatever. I'm just pointing it out.
Right.
I've been dealing with
it. Yeah, see, people, look, this person says, I can't stand Emma Stone. Her performances are all the same. Loved her when she was young, but over the last decade, yuck. And this arguably is her greatest last decade. Yeah. You have people who are just
I can see it too. It's like she's become Yorgosified.
Yeah.
And that may not be your style. And I think that's why a lot of people, quite frankly, are looking forward to her in that rom-com that her husband's directing with Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that Emma Stone.
Did you see any of Lanterns? I have not seen anything. Did you see Lanterns?
Is the embargo up? Can I talk about it?
Oh, is it? Oh, I guess it's not. All right. Sorry about that.
I did. Yes, I saw Lanterns.
It's come out on Sunday, right? I didn't think that you.
Is it? I have no idea when the show comes out. No idea.
At least you got them. The only WB screeners I have not gotten in the last 2 years is fucking Lantern. So I
had to take a shot in the mouth there though for that one.
Oh. All right. Anything else? Shall we move on to the questions? We're an hour and 20 into the show. Should we get to the questions? Anything else you want to talk about?
Go to Derek's comments again.
Another. All right. This one.
Comments, Derek. Hey, you can point it out just like I can comment on it. You infringing on my right to say something now, LL, freedom of speech. No one's infringing.
He says LOL, though. He's ball busted, you know. What? Yeah. Derek contributes a lot to the show. Let's not attack Derek. We love
Derek. We love black people. We just don't like Kerry Washington in movies.
You don't. I love Kerry Washington in movies. I want her on the show. I would love to get Kerry Washington on the show, for God's sake. All right, let's get to these questions. James D. Michelle says, hey, Jeff and John, good morning from Melbourne. Good morning. Melbourne. How does this have Jake Gyllenhaal as Batman, directed by Guillermo del Toro or Sam Raimi? Also, should Zack Snyder do a DCU project? Love you guys. Well, there's no way Gunn would bring Zack Snyder back now, but I would love to see Zack come back and do something. But
James, I don't love you that much if you're asking about Zack Snyder in the DCU. You must hate me. No, I don't think he should do a DCU project. He's doing Escape from New York.
Yeah, right.
That's a perfectly good project for him. Don't need him doing any more comic book movies. Not that I had a problem with his comic book movies. I'm a fan of Man of Steel. And did he do that?
Yeah, he did do Man of Steel, yes.
And Batman Watchmen. Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal as Batman, I dig. Not down with Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, or Sam Raimi. I agree with you on that one. All right. Let's see. Jay Bling, Will Gluck cutting out sexual content based on empirical data about Gen Z and Gen Alpha preferences. I roll. Jeff, you take this one. I'll be right back.
Complete moron. What do you like? Will Gluck. I told you the second that I saw the trailer at CinemaCon, guys, where I was like, wait a second. That's what they did with this premise. I knew what the premise was, right? The one night a year premarital sex is legal. And I was like, this is what they turned that movie into. That premise screams for sex comedy. It screams for nudity. That what he did was make a boring, neutered version of it that nobody wanted to see, which is why it made $5 million. Empirical data. Dude, you shouldn't be a filmmaker if you're trusting empirical data. This is not a data fucking thing. I don't care what executives handed you the data. I don't know where the data came from. None of it fucking matters. The only data that you need as a filmmaker is right here. It's right in the gut. I stuck out the gut for that for you guys. But that's where your fucking data needs to come from. Okay? Everybody else's opinions need to be drowned out. Your data should be shoved up an executive's asshole. What the fuck are you talking about, Will Gluck? You blew it.
I 100% agree with you, man. When I heard that, I was sorry about that. When I heard that, I was surprised that was an element of this whole conversation. Because just because Gen Alpha doesn't like to see sex doesn't mean you shouldn't put the fucks on screen, and you shouldn't put it. But I don't think that's the reason. You could have shown her the JJ and her fun bags. You could have shown his Frank and Beans. It would not have mattered. It was not a good movie at the end of the day, and that's really the reason why that film didn't do well. So, as Jeff just said, Dennis Hoffman, big love, fellas. Hey, Dennis, Jeff, you were plugged in at 20th Premature. You ever hear what Drew Goddard's X-Force was going to be? I don't know what Premature. You were plugged in at 20th Pre-Merger. Did you ever hear what Drew Goddard's X-Force was going to be?
No, not really. I don't really ask questions like that. Yeah. Like, what was this movie going to be? Yeah, I only ever heard, one thing that I thought was interesting, and that was before Zazie was cast as Domino. Like, I know that Drew really liked Mackenzie Davis. That he had plans. He had plans for her for a while, but she was too white, so they had to, Yeah.
That's not true.
Get it? God, guys, jeez, take a fucking look.
Mackenzie had a run, just people didn't watch her stuff. WView Grad says Spider-Man is on pace to break 2 billion. Rank these movies that cleared that number: Avatar, Titanic, Endgame, The Force Awakens, Neza 2. Well, I'll go Endgame, Force Awakens, Avatar, Titanic, and Neza 2, only because I never saw Neza 2. Is it at the bottom? So, Jeff?
Yeah, I never saw it either. Titanic,
number
Avatar,
1,
Force Awakens, Endgame.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, Endgame. I don't hate Endgame. I like it.
It's the greatest Marvel movie
too.
All right. Why says Rook would love to know your thoughts on The Rock releasing a song called "Your Dad Seems a Little Performative." Is it? Did he? All I can say to you is I don't know what The Rock is doing right now. I really don't understand who's advising The Rock, who's telling The Rock to do this stuff. But look, when you made as much money as Dwayne Johnson, you're just going to do what you want to do. And so him putting out that song, maybe he's trying to soften some of the responses to him. And I kind of respect that. So to a degree, but I don't think he should be singing. He was never that good of a singer. And it kind of drove me nuts that he thought he was during the WWE days. Moana, You're Welcome is fine, but it's just about a shade above speaking. Okay, what he's doing in that film. It's not really singing. So, yeah. Dat Boy 22, thank you for the super sticker. Smithy, what's up? Barbie 2 has to be released at the same time as Oppenheimer 2, The Reckoning. Otherwise, it won't be hit and no one will make any money. I am becoming Ken the Destroyer of Brewskis. Jeff, anything on this?
No.
Okay.
I hope Ryan Gosling spends his time making things other than big studio movies. Like, I'm a little Ryan Gosling giant movie starred out. I'd like to get back to Ryan Gosling, the once incredible actor. So
the Lars and the Real Girl, Ryan Gosling. Yeah,
he was great in Project Hail Mary. I'm not saying that's like an amazing movie star turn, but like, this guy should be in the perpetual race for Oscars, and I'm not seeing it from movies like Ghost Rider and Starfighter and Barbie 2.
That's true. He's got a family. He's got to provide.
Do you guys understand? I stuck out the belly like that for you guys. That's not what it looks like. I'll show you again if you want.
Kev Guitar says, hello, will we see Arkham in the Batman 2? Arkham Asylum? I imagine so, Jeff, right? It's been the rumors.
You guys, I break casting news, I break character news. It's not enough. I need to break location news now too. What the fuck, Kev? What the fuck? I don't know. But I did hear some things about that.
Oh, what can you say? Can you say anything?
Well, we didn't talk about. I guess we didn't really talk about the Poison Ivy of it all.
We didn't. We talked about DC, but we didn't talk about. You have something to say on Poison Ivy, please?
That was part of the report that they were pitched a Poison Ivy show
series,
right, and passed on it.
Are you saying they didn't pass on it?
I'm not saying that they didn't pass on it, but like, when did they do that? And are they like, I don't know. I'm starting to hear rumors that like maybe Scarlett Johansson is Poison Ivy, right?
Yeah.
Those rumors have been out there, I think. That would follow the same formula. Colin was the Penguin, and then he gets his stuff, and I think that was the idea. And I don't think that HBO Max is really in the position of passing on series starring Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
So I don't know if the whole passing on Poison Ivy thing is like a covered because they don't want us to know that maybe she is Poison Ivy.
Maybe.
I mean, could she really just be playing like nobody? And again, my own sources said she was playing like an amalgamation with a name that maybe wouldn't be familiar to fans of the comics. But I've also heard, maybe she is playing Poison Ivy. So I don't know.
Interesting. Cartoon 49 says thoughts on that terrible Hollywood Reporter article by Joseph Kahn about bring back the Hollywood asshole.
I mean, these comments. It's a great article. Great article, and I don't think that people really understood what Joseph meant by Hollywood asshole. I'm what he meant by Hollywood asshole. Okay, people who are willing to speak their minds instead of talking like robots to try to please every single person and not offend anybody. That's what he's talking about. He's not talking about bring back Harvey Weinstein and start raping girls on casting couches. He's not talking about bring back Scott Rudin and have him throw staplers at assistants' heads. That's what we need more of. That's not what he's talking about. What we need is someone like Scott Rudin with taste, who's willing to lay it all on the line to get good movies made. Because the executives and a lot of people today don't do that.
Yeah.
They're interested in keeping their jobs. Nobody's taking risks. That's what Hollywood assholes did. Hollywood assholes, like I told you, whenever I'd go into Randall Emmett's office, didn't make good movies, right? But what did he do? He made movies.
Yeah.
Because assholes get shit done. That's what the sign on his door said. Assholes get shit done. You need assholes to get shit done.
Fair point.
That's what Joseph Kahn's arguing for.
I read the article. I thought it was a little bit ridiculous because you're trying to bring back a neutered asshole, which is like, oh, I want him to be an asshole, but stop at this. Stop at the raping. Stop it. When you don't understand, that's the behavior that leads to the raping. That's the behavior that leads to the abuse. That's the behavior that leads to the staple throwing. It doesn't. It's like, I'm going to be a real big asshole, but I'm going to resist throwing staples at somebody. I'm going to resist, taking advantage of young actresses.
You'd rather that person not exist, and you'd rather have them not in the industry.
I'd love to know an example of this person. I don't know who this person would be. Who is successful?
Okay, how about this guy? His name is Don Simpson.
I know Don Simpson.
Right. Once upon a time, Don Simpson was a raging coke-fueled maniac.
Yes.
Who made great fucking movies that guys like you and me loved.
Yes. But we also know that there were allegations about Don Simpson back then, and we don't really know how much of that shit was true or not true and how much of these situations popped up. So
you know what? That's a trade-off I'm willing to live with.
It's because you're not the one getting raped, Jeff.
Jesus. I get it, but like I'm not. Again, you're going straight to rape.
You brought up rape. I didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
Yes, it's like you're just boiling down Don Simpson to rapist.
No, I know. I said there were allegations. I didn't even say rape with Don Simpson. I said there were allegations about him being inappropriate.
Well, I'll look at the allegations then, because he made great fucking movies that we don't get anymore because people are pussies.
Okay, fair point. But we do get great movies. Cartoon 49. Did you see the new EDP 445 documentary on YouTube? I don't know what that is, Jeff. Did you
I
see
don't
that?
even know. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Cartoon.
I watched the first hour of Speed last night, John.
Oh, good film.
The idea that we're getting action movies with that kind of dialogue is laughable. We're definitely not.
Well, that's true. I don't disagree with you there. I don't. Talking Star Wars, think we will see a Starfighter teaser or cast on stage tomorrow, or even a behind the scenes? Yeah, Jeff, you've heard anything Star Wars wise for D20? Why would it be tomorrow? I thought tomorrow's just the Marvel panel.
I think
tomorrow Star Wars
D20 tomorrow, Saturday.
Okay.
It's this weekend. Will we see a Starfighter teaser? Yes.
There we go. Tony, go 1278. Gold Derby updated their predictions to have Digger taking Best Picture, Director, Actor, Screenplay. Is this movie being seen? What do you know? What are they doing at Gold Derby sometimes, Chef? I don't know where they're at with some of the stuff they say. You think Digger is going to beat out The Odyssey? Come on now.
I didn't even include it in my latest predictions for Best Picture nominees.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's going to be hugely divisive. I don't think I'm going to like it. I don't think it looks very good. I think it's going to lose a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
Like in a way that we were all expecting one battle after another to bomb, but that ended up being a good movie and it ended up doing well.
Right.
I think Digger's going to have the fate that we all thought one battle was going to have.
Very possible. I mean, it's Tom Cruise, Inarritu, a climate change movie. We'll see. And it's 2 hours and 7 minutes now. So we'll see. I'm hoping it's great. I hope they love it, but I don't get Best Picture vibes of winning. Like a nomination, maybe, not winning.
People are insane.
Yeah. Hashtag Pie. Suzy Bemba is a great choice for Storm. Closer to Sadie Sink's age than Jamie Lawson and can still be David Johnson's love interest if Storm dates Black Panther. Suzy was superb in Poor Things. I hope Suzy gets to play Storm. Neat job. There you go. We'll see, Jeff.
I thought she was very good in Poor Things, too, from what I remember.
Yeah, me too. And I agree with you on the age. You're absolutely right on that, hashtag Pie. So it could line up well. Dancing Dog 60. I love James Gunn, but the man needs just to bring out Batman and Wonder Woman, give the public what they want. The big three on screen again. Agree? Yes, but I don't think he's going to get a chance to do it, dude. Again, it feels so much like Man of Tomorrow is his swan song. It just feels that way to me. And I may be crazy, but it feels that way. Jeff?
I mean, is that what the public wants?
They want Batman and they want Wonder Woman for sure.
Do we need them together though? Again, I was more excited for Superman, right? This latest Superman. I'm more excited for the Batman Part 2 than I would be if you told me, hey, there's a Justice League movie coming out. Would you rather see that instead of Batman 2 or Superman? No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Joel Javis says, any good Star Wars rumors you can give us, Jeff?
Nope.
No. Jeff says no. Our brother Derek Johnson, I was at like 80% this merger would happen, the longer this goes, I'm going to say that after some events and some convos, if the Dems take the Senate and Congress, this merger is dead. Derek is a financial analyst, has connections there in the business world, so he's had conversations. I don't doubt that this is true from his side of things.
Don't you understand how that's fucked up?
Why?
We have a merger, right?
Yes. Approved by a corrupt DOJ, but go ahead, yes.
Paramount, and all of a sudden, if the Democrats take control of the Senate and Congress, these two studios aren't allowed to merge.
Right.
That seems fucked up to me.
But is it not fucked up that they railroaded this merger through because he was going to do Trump's bidding by taking over CNN and pushing the right-wing MAGA misinformation? You don't think that's just as fucking fucked up?
These are all assumptions that you're bringing.
They're not assumptions. They're not assumptions. Jeff. Dancing Dog 60. Why is Slow-Mo Zack Snyder sniffing around WB? He's going to do Escape from New York remake there. So, and that's where it belongs. WB.
Eric, email me. Send me your comments.
There you go. Fantastic. Ellison getting CNN has a more devastating long-term result than making Paramount wait till the court date. Yes, I agree. I agree. Derek says, take the politics.
Devastating result if you pay attention to CNN.
Again, millions of people pay attention to CNN, John.
Millions of people pay attention to Hassan Piker, John.
They do. And sadly, to a bunch of other people, too. Derek Johnson says, take the politics out and look at the finances. How did this merger with foreign money, over $100 billion acquisitions, junk bonds over $80 billion, and huge debt loads get fast-tracked by the FCC, SEC, and DOJ in less than a year? Exactly. It was railroaded through because they didn't do their due diligence on this deal, and they want something out of this deal, which is to get their hands on CNN, which Trump has never stopped talking about. Jeff, you got to admit, it seems pretty insane.
There's no question the thing got railroaded through. I'm just like, if two parties come to a deal in this country, I don't understand what gives another party the right to say, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like when someone makes a bad deal in fantasy football. It's like, what do you want me to do? This guy's a moron. This guy got a better end of the deal. Sorry.
People aren't going to lose their jobs off fantasy football, though, Jeff.
People are going to lose their jobs anyways.
Sure. And you're trying to limit the amount of jobs that get lost, Jeff. That's what
Where was Rob Bonta, or any AG for that matter, when Penske was buying up all the fucking trades and guys like me couldn't get a job, or guys at Verity can't use an offer from Hollywood Reporter anymore to get leverage to raise their salary? Where the fuck was anybody then? Guess we weren't important enough. Guess there weren't enough of us.
It's fair. Champs 8685. Any updates on new cast members for Secret Wars? Really hope the 2005 Fantastic Four and some of the prequel X-Men cast appear in the film. Jeff, have you heard anything more on casting for Doomsday?
It's the prequel X-Men cast,
yeah, and Nicholas Hoult as Beast and Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique.
People in this nostalgia for garb. What? You actually hope that these people are in the movie? Why?
Yeah, I have to agree with you on this one.
Closure?
Yeah, I don't need to see any of these people in the movie. I don't disagree with you.
Move on. It's 2026. Why are we caring about the 2005 Fantastic Four with fucking Ian guy whose name I can't pronounce?
Oh, Ian Grafat, right? Jessica Alba.
Right.
By the way, shout out to your avatar there, Seattle Seahawks. I've been watching Hard Knocks. I really enjoyed this season, and I like the Seahawks, so it's been a fun watch. Derek Johnson, there was some underhanded deals, and Jeff, there are serious regulations here that you completely are not taking into account here. You can't buy up half the media companies in the country with foreign money and junk debt.
So again, I think in terms of what is this going to mean for movies, for executives, for the content that gets made, all that kind of stuff. You're I don't like the way he's paying for it. He's paying for it with foreign money and junk debt, and that's raising flags. Who gives a shit? That's on Warner Brothers. That's what they accepted. As long, I don't understand.
Yeah, but it is our society's job through representatives to ask questions about media companies who are going to be pumping out influential content through movies or TV shows or news stations.
He's just doing his job. I get it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Mike Joyce, David Ellison is the worst. Can his executives vote him out, or is his dad, or will his dad step in and stop him? They're going to be in so much debt. Why do they even want WB? Well, the board voted And unanimous, or the vote voted if they're going to move, they support Ellison. So there's no voting him out.
Again, you guys have to understand. I'm living in a 2-bedroom apartment because I have no head for business or financial stuff at all. I don't understand things like debt and like how a company can have billions of dollars in debt and like still be fine. So I don't think anybody cares about debt because it's like a fake thing apparently, and it never comes due. So I'm the last person that you want to talk to about money matters, even though I'm Jewish.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yes, Jews, we're supposed to be good with money. It's true. It's a stereotype for a reason. And I feel shitty that I did not inherit this ability.
But you did inherit the gift of gab, which is also a Jewish trait.
That's true.
Dancing Dog 60. Ellison turns CBS to dog poop. Keep him away. You know I agree with that. The champ 8685. Oh, do you want to
dog poop? What CBS did he turn to dog poop? Has CBS not been dog poop for as long as you can remember?
No, not the news side of things. The news side of things has been really strong with 60 Minutes. That's what they're talking about.
Talking about news, not CBS. See, again,
no, not the network.
I'm thinking of a network full of TV shows, whereas these politicized viewers on this channel hear the letters CBS and think, oh, CBS News.
Well, in the context of the Ellison situation, yes, because that's 1-to-1 with CNN. So come on, man. Champ 8685 says early prediction: Paramount and WBD start selling some of their IPs to try to make sure their deal goes through. Oh no, there's no way that fucking happens. What's the point of buying it?
Right.
If you're going to sell off your IPs, no way. No way.
No, bad prediction.
I mean, the whole reason they're merging is so that they can use all the IPs. Yeah. Yes. Galliot says, I will vote for Rocha for president in 2020. Shit. You and 10 other people. You and 10 other people, man.
You will have my vote, baby.
Come on, brother. They'd shoot me dead. Derek Johnson, don't give a crap about CNN, but I do care about how a lot of regulations got bypassed in this process. It took Disney over a year to buy Fox, and if not for the lawsuits, this merger would have been done in months. It's questionable. I got to agree with that, Jeff. Removing the politics, it's true. It's a bit questionable how this all came about. Seems favorable.
Sure, but it's like, again, you sound like the teacher in Peanuts. Blah, 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 blah. The regulations got bypassed? What are you, a stickler for the rules? This is America, baby. And when you have money like the Ellisons have, the rules don't apply.
Well, clearly they do, because they couldn't get this merger through yet.
They won't apply, believe me.
Fred says, just because I can't afford to buy CNN doesn't mean I don't care who's trying to buy it. I remember a reporter mad because Penske was buying all the papers. Hey, Jeff.
Listen,
he's saying you're being hypocritical here, Jeff. Is that true?
Jay Penske is way worse than David Ellison.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
David Ellison ever pissed on a woman?
Hey, I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past him looking at that face. I wouldn't put it past him. JMH Movies says, it definitely feels like Bonta has a hero complex. If a Democrat was in the White House, Ellison would be skewing left to get this deal through. I actually don't believe that. I actually don't think that's true. But I think the deal would take longer to go through because Democrats do their due diligence on deals like this because they are the working class party. They look through all this stuff to make sure people aren't getting screwed over, so.
The only person you can believe less than a billionaire is a politician with a camera in their face.
Unless it's AOC, who's been doing great work this week with a camera in her face, let me just say. You haven't seen that, Jeff. Derek Johnson says, Jeff, I know you have worked with financial writers. Please have them on sometime or talk to them about this. As much as people make fun of Rocha for wild theories, he's never that far off. I know. But the people who make fun of me are stupid. So that's why they make fun of me, because they're too stupid to grasp the things that I'm saying. And then when they come true, they never give me the credit and they just want to walk away from it.
I should have my pal Rachel Abrams on. That would be funny if I could get her on. She hosts The Daily, so biggest podcast. And
I would love to have that. I love the New
York Times. But Rachel and I, worked very closely together at Verity. She had a knack for like financial reporting and stuff, and I accompanied her on a couple meetings with like financial people. I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about, but she had no idea what I was talking about. Like there were times Rachel, God bless her, I love her. She'd be like, who is this guy, Johnny Depp? And I'd be like, do you mean Johnny Depp? She'd be like, I have no idea who we're talking about here. I'm like, you're a reporter at Variety. You don't know who Johnny Depp is? That's what we're talking about. Like people had different expertise.
Yeah, it's true.
And so
that's
she
a
would
good
tell
thing.
Really complicated stories, and I would tell her who the fuck they were about.
Listen, if she knows about the merger, I would love to have her on. Let's have a conversation.
I mean, she doesn't care about Hollywood shit anymore. She's not
okay.
Anymore, but she certainly has a better head for financial shit than I do.
We should have thought to have Drew Taylor on to talk about Coyote versus Acme. Maybe next week when the box office comes out, we can talk to him about it if he's willing to come on. Cartoon 49 says, thoughts, end of Oak backlash over the AI dog promotion. I honestly did not give a shit. I know a lot of people were upset about it, but I honestly was like, whatever. They're desperate to sell this movie. I don't think it's a big deal. Jeff?
But you cared about the other AI thing.
No, I just posted to ask your questions about it. I only cared because I think it's James Gunn throwing Gillespie under the bus. I don't really care about.
You think James Gunn ordered it? He's like, I found out Craig used AI in the background of a BTS scene. I want it released on social media.
Put that video up. Put that video up.
End of like backlash. No, like who is not gonna go see End of Oak Street because of this AI dog promotion? That would be backlash.
Right.
This is just social media noise that gets turned into a story by a desperate media that has to publish something.
They need to be fed. Galliot says, think Oak Street's positive reception builds good momentum for J.J. Abrams' The Great Beyond?
I don't know why it should. He didn't direct this movie. Like,
right.
We got to give him credit now for producing movies. I don't think anybody is really that. I don't think anybody's that aware of like J.J. Abrams in this movie.
Yeah.
Or what he has next. I don't think it matters. I think it's completely irrelevant.
Okay. Derek says, I've given up on the DCEU. I've got no more complaints. The red flags have been there since the beginning. People will use his buyout as an excuse for his failures now, and it's already happening. Oh, really? Are people trying to say that James Gunn is not succeeding because of the uncertainty of the buyout? Oh, that's nonsense. That's fucking nonsense.
I mean, what? Again, an excuse for his failures. What failures? He has a failure.
Okay.
Right? What is the other failure?
I would say the end of Peacemaker season 2 was a bit of a failure. But movie-wise, right, it's just Supergirl. Right. But he didn't even direct it. So how much can you legitimately hang on him versus
even if you want to give him the credit, because you would have gotten the credit if it was a big hit. I'll give him the blame.
Which
sure.
True.
But it's just one failure. So
right.
I don't really get that.
Sun Devil Roadrunner. I heard Rocha be a bit snarky towards ScarJo. I almost had a heart attack, laughed my ass off. Tony Award winner, 2-time Oscar nominated, but it's subjective for sure. No. I said at the beginning of her career, and she wasn't getting nominated for Tonys or winning Oscars at the beginning of her fucking career. It was recently that I said I've had more respect for her over the last few years than I did initially. I thought people's attraction for her was overriding their actual judgment of her talent, which I think wasn't that strong. I mean, I think Thora Birch outacted her in Ghost World, for God's sake. So we hit the other two.
ScarJo's only in Paper Tiger because that movie's set in the 80s. Because if it was set today, Adam Driver would have a black wife.
Oh, my God. There's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. That's what it would be.
Jay Blake says, they brought Baruchel in for Reacher season 5, though. However, they did bring in Kevin Durant, so I can't wait to see him throw down with Reacher. Well,
is he? Wait, Baruchel's in season 5 now?
He's not in season 5. That's what Jay Bling thinks. Jay, he stepped away. He dropped out of season 5 early in the process, so he is not in the show. And Kevin Durant is not in the show either. So they recast his character, his role.
But
no,
wait.
No.
Yeah. Wait a second.
Okay, go ahead.
We're talking about season 4,
right? Yeah, we're talking season 4. Right,
so season 5 is
filming. So they brought in Jay.
I don't know that they had announced the cast.
My bad. I
have no idea if Jay is showing up in season 5 or Kevin Durant. So yeah, I must have missed that casting announcement for season 5.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I got confused. I thought they meant because I saw the whole season. Durant's not in season 4, so my bad. Fantastic. My favorite Jared Baruchel role was in Goon.
He was good.
I got a soft spot for She's Out of My League. I think he's damn good in She's Out of My League. Him and Alice Eve. That's the best thing she's ever done, other than Star Trek, I guess. Derek Johnson, don't be skipping over all these other people to get to me. Don't let him do that, Rocha. He doesn't deserve my tweets until it's time. LOL. Okay, I'm done ball busted. There you go. Thank you, Derek. Thank you for the very sweet support. We didn't skip over you or skip over anybody else. It's Jay Scotty for real. If you could replace RDJ as Doom with any actor that's an MCU version, who you got? Joel Edgerton is up there for me. Who has a nice choice? Jeff, who would you take? I mean, I like the Cillian Murphy choice. I thought that would have been really interesting. What do you think?
Ed Harris.
No. Stop it. Javier Bardem would have been interesting. Javier Bardem as Doom. That would have been fun, man.
Yeah, I don't care.
Sun Devil Roadrunner. Thanks for the new thumbnail, Jeff. There you go.
That's
is that the stomach?
Again, I was sticking out, guys. I mean, I'll suck it in next time.
Fred, 10 points to Jeff for saying Matt Smith and Ghoul. There you go. There you go. Lynch Drive 670 says, where's the Zaz news? Also, anything on Batman 2? He already gave you the Zaz news. He already gave it to you.
Yeah, I just Zaz wants you to watch. I never promised any Zaz news. There's no Zaz news.
Yeah, exactly.
The news is all the fucking photos that are coming out with a shaved head, which, as you know, most district attorneys have shaved heads.
I've seen people try to say like, oh, maybe he shaved his head for another role.
He's wearing a wig, guys.
He's wearing a wig. Galliot Brooks, Jeff, do you have a whole lot to say? LOL. There you go, Galliot.
Yeah.
Well worth your
I like Joseph Kahn. I don't like his movies really, but I do like Joseph Kahn a lot.
There you go.
He's an
LA Nerd Girl. Hi, gents. FYI, tomorrow's D23 panel covers all Disney entertainment, Disney Plus, Marvel, Star Wars, Muppets, etc. Oh, okay. All right. Didn't know that. I thought it was just Marvel.
Star Wars and Muppets. Okay.
Derek back saying, I sent you my comments by supporting you and Rocha here, Jeff. There you go. Thank you, Derek. Andrew Sanchez says, Jeff, you're the best. Your 69 fuck you answer in the Schmodown absolutely killed me. Would love to see you guys react to that match. Which match was that? Was that you and I or some other match?
I have no idea. It's all a blur of winning.
Exactly. Oh. Andrew, which match are you talking about? Let us know in the chat. Night Fox 1190 says, just got done seeing The End of Oak Street. Great acting with a mystery story. Then it falls flat with the mystery never solved. Thanks, JJ. Shake my damn head.
Are we talking about End of Oak Street or the last movie that he made, Under the Silver Lake? A mystery that falls flat and never gets solved.
That's true.
I'm Jay Scotty for real. Jeff is so checked out at this point, dude. I am fucking laser fucking focused here. I am so checked in. There's not even room for anybody else to check in.
Why do you guys do that, man? He's not checking in the way I think he should check in, so he must be checking out.
I'm fucking dialed in right now.
Why don't you turn the camera on, Jay Scotty? Let's take a fucking look at you and see what you're doing. See how you're watching this show. Put some clothes on. Stephen Photo says, thanks for storm casting consideration, Scoop, Jeff. No matter who gets it, good to see they're looking at darker actresses for more comics accurate Storm. That's fair.
You look like White Storm in that photo, Stephen.
I know. I love that photo.
He's got the hair.
He looks fabulous. Derek Johnson, fine. Jeff, let's get rid of monopolies, double jeopardy, assault, and whatever other laws and rules if I got enough money. Works that way already for some, and maybe it shouldn't when there are laws that don't allow it.
Hey, I'm all for holding the people in power accountable.
Yeah,
that's what journalism is all about. Did you see another reporter on the Face of the Planet post Jay Penske's mugshots?
No.
They were available. They were right there for the Massachusetts State Police, handing them out if you just fucking asked.
Yeah.
Nobody asked. Nobody cared because he employs all of them. But I asked. I cared. I hold the rich accountable. And look where it got me. Right? So that was my warning to Rob. It's just like, go ahead and fuck around. But you might find out, and David might move this whole fucking company to Texas. And then how dumb are you going to fucking look? Did you see that Daniel Miller part of my column?
Yes.
With Daniel Miller, he asked him, he said to Vonta, Daniel Miller's a reporter. He was at the LA Times for a long time. He's at Politico now. He said, would it be a win for you if you blocked this merger and David Ellison left California? And he dodged and he didn't answer. And he said, it would be a win if we, if we block the merger effort, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Let me tell you something, Rob. It would not be a win for you if he did that. It would be fucking a huge egg on your face. If David was like, you know what? We're out. Fuck you guys. That would look way worse than 2,000 or 3,000 people losing their fucking jobs.
Possibly. And I say that because it doesn't mean that creatives are going to go with him. And if you create a void, someone's going to fill the void. So another film studio could come in and use all the space because he said he's going to sell the space. So they would just buy a ready-made studio and start making movies. That's very possible.
There are a lot of people looking to do that. Like,
there are left-leaning billionaires too, Jeff. So it's very possible.
We're looking to buy into the movie business, which, again, I cannot stress this enough. The single worst thing you can do with your money if you're a billionaire.
Yes, true.
I've seen so many billionaires come and go from this town with their tail between their legs. So unless you have David Ellison, fuck you money.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Or Bob Iger, I'm going to buy the Lakers, fuck you money. That's possible.
Yeah, I think that Paramount would be turned into condos, my friend.
Oof, yikes. Future Zeitgeist Dimension, no regulation equals explosive diarrhea and salmonella eggs. Well, yes, true. Lynch Driver.
Regulation.
Any chance BTH is James Gordon Jr. instead of Dent the Batman 2? BTH. Who's BTH? Brian Tyler. Oh, Brian Tyree Henry.
No.
Oh.
The answer is no. I'm right. You're wrong.
They already have a black James Gordon in the universe. Derek Johnson, Jeff, love you. This is
wait, real quick.
Okay.
I heard both my things were true, Zaz and Dent. I heard about the maybe Poison Ivy thing. That's up in the air.
Okay.
The other thing I definitely heard was Court of Owls is in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that they're using Semper, whatever it was, the title for the film is very similar to the Court of Owls statement. Derek Johnson, Jeff, I love you. This is a lot of moving parts, and I get how it all can be noise, and a lot of this has been clouded by politics instead of laws, finance, and regulations. Love the show. Glad I caught it live tonight. We're
glad you caught it live tonight, Derek. We're glad.
We love you, Derek. Thank you. Jay Bling 6687. I'm not making up Jay Baruchel. He dropped out of seat, but he's in. Okay. Thank you for Jeff clarified.
Yeah, maybe they found. Listen, I don't know why he wasn't in season 4 or what happened if he wasn't deemed right for the character ultimately, or if maybe he had a health thing. I'm glad, I like Jay Baruchel, so it's
me too.
To see him working. I look forward to next season of Reacher, but I still think Chris Marquette was the right, like I always say, the right actor winds up with the role.
Usually, unless it's Kerry Washington.
Most of the time, unless it's Kerry Washington.
05 CJ3. Saw Thomas Crown today. MGM and MBJ got a hit. Oh, cool. That's good.
Or just the trailer.
He might have been one of those. They might be showing them to those people that aren't connected to the movie business, and they're doing screenings. Maybe.
Testing. I thought the trailer. I mean, the trailer. I think that we saw at CinemaCon was different.
Yes, it was
better. I thought than the trailer that was ultimately released.
Yes,
it was longer. We saw more footage, but I think it is going to be a hit. I think it looks really good, and it looks sexy. And movies have not been sexy for a while. And
I agree.
Yeah, Will Gluck. I don't know what data you're looking at, bro. Like the data, look and see what data comes out of this Michael B. Jordan movie and how many people go home and bang after it.
What's the easiest way to take attention from the fact that you directed a shit movie is to get it mired in some conversation about sex.
Dana told me to do it.
Yeah, nonsense. All right, some Streamlabs here real quick. Fredtastic. What's up, Hot Mike? What's up, Fred? With all the excitement for D23 and possible X-Men announcements, rank these movies with X-Men names in the title. Beauty and the Beast from 1991, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, Perfect Storm, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and The Cable Guy. Ooh, I like that choice. Jeff, do you need these again?
Yes.
Okay. Beauty and the Beast from 1991, Rogue One, Perfect Storm, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and The Cable Guy.
So I'm ranking them by X-Men titles?
No, rank them by quality, what you think is the best. Right, but they have X-Men in the title.
Titles for X-Men movies? Or
these are titles with X-Men characters in the title.
Just ranking movie titles.
Right.
Yeah, pass. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. I will go Rogue One, Beauty and the Beast, Perfect Storm, Cable Guy, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. There you go. SL says, do you think the success or failure of End of Oak Street will have any impact on Universal's planning for the next Jurassic Park sequel, Jurassic World sequel? Jeff?
That's a tough question. That's a good question.
Is it really? I don't think it'll have any effect. That's untouchable.
I don't think it'll have any effect, but I do think that they need to do something different with that franchise.
Okay.
With Jurassic World.
Okay.
Just dinosaurs doing something else besides roaming around an island.
Yeah.
else. I need a radical departure.
I don't disagree with you.
And a cheaper one. And you know what? I'd be fine with one dinosaur.
Just one, like Jaws, one shark, one dinosaur.
Exactly.
That could be good.
The Jaws version of Jurassic Park, where you're keeping the dinosaur almost in the shadows the whole movie. Yeah. I just think there's so much potential there. And these last 4 movies that all feel the fucking same. It's all the same shit.
You're not wrong. SL says, whatever happened to director Stephen Sommers? Back in the day, he was constantly putting out blockbusters like The Mummy and Van Helsing, but after Van Helsing was no blockbuster. But after the G.I. Joe movie in 2009, he pretty much disappeared. Did he retire or did something else happen? Is he not coming back to do the new Mummy? I thought he was. Jeff?
No, Radio Silence is doing Mummy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened with Stephen Sommers. He kind of just fell out of favor. He did that movie Odd Thomas, which was a huge bomb.
Right.
And a lot of legal issues behind the scenes. I also just don't know if he wants it. Like some of these guys, you make 10, 20 million or whatever, and you're good. You're set for life. If a movie comes your way, you'll direct it. Right. Yeah. If it's hey, this indie movie's got financing, we just need a director to come in. But I don't think you're doing the Hollywood thing and hustling for a job.
Yeah.
He's probably fine.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine financially if he invested correctly. Samo says, thoughts on progressive YouTubers like Jesse Gender, I have no idea who that is, criticizing The Odyssey and saying that it was an impressive movie but a terrible adaptation of The Odyssey, as well as others saying that Nolan is a conservative director. Well, go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
I don't care. I didn't read The Odyssey. The Odyssey was a book I skipped in high school. I just don't care how it measured up to the book or whether it was a good adaptation or not. It's a great movie. I think you'd have to be blind to not think it was a good movie.
Yeah. All I care about is it was a good movie. I give a fuck about the adaptation. It was a good movie, and it hit the points of the adaptation that I remember from the book. So look, Jesse Jenner's got, I don't know who this is, but she's got a right, or he's got a right to have their opinion on this movie and the adaptation, but it means fuck all when a movie's making $1 billion. And Nolan's not a conservative director. Nolan's a purple director, which just like Taylor Sheridan, he plays both sides because he's a middle guy. And I think that's a good thing about him as a director.
I think I read a piece and it was like a conservative reading of his films. And that, I mean, there's evidence for it, but I agree with you. I think he's not a very political filmmaker.
No, I think he has messages about Oppenheimer is absolutely an anti-AI message, the nuclear weapons essentially being that. But I think all his male protagonists are super flawed, doing what would be traditionally celebrated amongst conservative men. So I think that's why I think he walks that line between both. SL says, hey, John and Jeff, love to watch you guys. Thank you. Saw some people saying Connor Story could be in contention to play Bobby or Angel. I'm vibing with this idea. He's got the right look. He's talented. He's on the rise. Just got nominated for an Emmy. Thoughts? Here's my thoughts. I don't think we're getting Iceman or Angel in this X-Men movie. So, that's my thoughts. So Connor may be great, but I don't think he's going to.
I haven't heard anything to that effect, but you could fan cast 20 different X-Men, but I don't think they're all in this movie.
Yeah. Zenless Zerbia says, Jeff, it's interesting that your Bond suggestions, Swindells and Campbell, are both from Bond writer Stephen Knight's SAS Rogue Heroes. I have thought for a long time Bond could be someone from that show. Have you ever watched this? Check the cast list.
No, I'm familiar with it. Was Jack O'Connell in it?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I've never seen this
movie. I remember he was in some SAS thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really my bag. But yeah, the Stephen Knight connection, I think, can't hurt.
Should I watch this thing? I wonder if I should watch this thing. Yeah, Jack O'Connell's in it. Yeah. And Sophia Boutella. Okay. Interesting cast. All right, let's see what's our next one. Michael Green says, I'm paying for Jeff not to stick out his belly. Speaking of which, any news on a new Austin Powers movie? The Ringer puts The Odyssey above The Dark Knight. That is total BS. Perspective and time, people. Oh, The Ringer. Oh, I can't even with that. But Jeff, you're...
Dude, it's so crazy to me when I open Netflix And this is a company spending billions and billions of dollars of content, and they have every movie star imaginable. And the faces that I see when I open Netflix are Sean Fennessy's fucking face. What the fuck is going on? No wonder this guy has the biggest movie podcast. You're the only movie podcast on Netflix. You know what I mean? I saw like his guest list that he shared today that they're going to be doing interviews like in October. He's just getting, it's just like, you know, every big director. It's like Sorkin coming in.
Of course.
And it's like, I get that all these studios, you know, that's like the new hot publicity spot, right? You got to have a conversation with these real film fans. But I'm like, holy shit, like, is that it? Like, we're just going to get ringer interviews until we die, and they're not going to talk to anybody else because we don't have the reach of Netflix. It's fucking crazy. Publicists are so lazy.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Andrew Sanchez, Odd Couple versus Harris Brothers was the match. I don't know. Oh, you guys against the Harris Brothers, Lon and John, I think it was.
They were
right?
Sneaky good.
Yeah, they were. Lon was always like, you know, he's always hit or miss. Like if he was on, you were fucked. If he was slightly off, you could beat him, you know. Sharon Pollitt, thank you for the super sticker. And greeting from Oz. Thoughts on Spidey using the surveillance state tech to catch the baddies? All good when Spidey does it, but won't be so great when the state does it. I love how you think the state isn't already doing it, Greeny.
Yeah, again, people are just so naive. Like, didn't we see like the McDonald's thing? McDonald's has reams of information on its customers through the rewards thing. Like, they know like literally when to send you a notification, like, you know, 20% off a medium fry. They know when you're jonesing for that French fry. We already completely live under surveillance. Every time you swipe your credit card, these people know where you are. Every time you take a phone call, every time you don't take a phone call, you just move with your phone on in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So grow up.
Do you ever check your iPhone and see that green light on? Guess what? It's recording you. Whether you turn that light on or not, which is the camera light, it's recording you. Check the new iPhone. Sometimes when you turn it over, you see the green light on, it's recording you. It's recording your voice. Fantastic. My 11th grade English lit reading assignment was 1984 and not the Odyssey. Sorry, I missed out.
Dude, by the way, what you just said is blowing my mind. I'm like, wait, there's a green light with the camera. I still have a button on my phone, bro. I still have a button.
Okay? I love it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the new iPhone, sometimes when you pick it up, the green light shows up at the top.
Crazy.
It essentially is recording your voice or recording what might be going on, and then it goes out. It goes out.
Nuts.
Yeah. But I mean, speak something in front of your computer if you're in front of a new Apple and watch an ad for it pop up on a web page that you go to. That's how you know they're listening to you. Google is doing it. How much more do we have of
this show? Because I need.
That's it. We're done. That was it. One more question. One more question. Derek Johnson, can Robert Pattinson be classified now as a certified movie star, the likes of a young Tom Cruise, Denzel Washington? I love watching his projects, and I thought I'd never see him again after Twilight. I don't think he's quite there yet, Jeff, but I think he's almost there. What are your thoughts?
I think he is actually. I think this has been a big year for him, and after Dune, Dune may solidify it.
Yeah.
I think he's a movie star now. I think next year. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll get stuff greenlit.
I'll say he's a movie star. I don't think he's in the Tom Cruise, Denzel, because those guys. I just think Robert's an actor. Robert is the movie star. I don't know, like Brad Pitt's a movie star. Like it's that kind of thing. You know, I think it's just a different approach.
Yes, I think Brad Pitt is actually a really good comparison.
Yeah, more like that. Okay, there we go. That's everything. That's all the Streamlabs super chats. Thanks, everybody. Jeff, what did you want to say? What do you want to end the show on?
I want to end the show letting you guys know there's no belly. Look at that. So follow me on the insider.com. Don't take the Kerry Washington stuff out of context here. And remember, I got your backs. Suzy Bemba all the way. Have fun.
There you go.
This weekend.
There you go. Yeah, enjoy yourselves, guys. Follow Jeff at the Insnider. Go to theinsider.com to subscribe to his newsletter. For me, at the Rocha says, subscribe down below. As I say every week, thousands of you watch us. I would love to get us to 50,000 subscribers on this channel so we can start bringing in some creatives to have conversations with us. And not just on the Ringer, not just on Netflix, but with us. That would be a lot of fun. So please make sure you subscribe, hit that bell button, and listen to us on our podcast feed. And Don't forget about the merch. The merch link is in the
merch
video.
people.
Go get some stuff. Go
get
the
merch. My brother has all these blank hats and blank sweatshirts, and he's waiting for the order that he knows what colors to do and all that kind of stuff. What kind of style.
There you go. And don't forget, I'll be going live tomorrow night for a D23 watch along for that panel. So come join me live. Let's react to stuff together. And for my partner, Jeff Sneider, I'm John Rocha. This has been a Hot Mic, and we'll talk to you next time with another brand new episode. Peace. Have a great weekend.